Stand still. Give me a hand.
Policing in the 21st century is a relentless battle against violence, drugs, robbery and organised crime. And it's not just our inner city cops who are in the firing line.
You're nicked as well.
Tonight, drugs raids, drink drivers, dangerous crashes, drunken fights and family feuds.
Back up!
It's 1 a.m. and someone has dialed 999. There's a man on the loose with a knife. Responding is Tango Charlie 37. That's PC Hugh Evans.
We're on our way to a call in St David's, report of a domestic, but the person involved is brandishing a knife at the address, and the duty inspector in our control room in Carmarthen has authorised the armed response vehicle to arm themselves prior to getting to the scene.
PC Evans is first on the scene and the officers are met by a very distressed woman.
Who's in there? How many's in there?
My sister-in-law and my daughter is in there. My 5-year-old daughter is in there.
The man with the knife is still in the house, so is another woman and a child.
I'll sit in the back of the car.
No, I need
Go on.
to go.
No, you're not going to go back in there. You're not going to go back in there at all.
But as the man has a knife, PC Evans has to wait for the armed response vehicle before he can do anything.
From where we are, we have visual on the premises, but we're still approximately 100 yards away over.
The armed response unit has just arrived. They're specialists in dealing with this kind of situation.
Yeah, no, there's still 3 inside there.
PC Evans fills in the armed units on what's going on. There's 3 inside the house, the man with the knife, the distressed lady's daughter and her sister.
Is the front door open? Has he been drinking?
Yes.
Before been drinking, but I've sobered up now because of this.
The man has been drinking and is armed, so the police are authorised to use non-lethal force, meaning high-voltage tasers. Now they have to decide whether storming the building is the right option, especially when there is a child involved. At 2 a.m. in the morning, any cars moving on the road are potentially suspicious. And PC Gareth Charles's sixth sense has been awakened by this one.
I'm in the Tears Cross area. Cars just passed us now as we were going out of Haverfordwest. So I said we'll have a chat with the driver now and see what's occurring. You all right? Just a routine check, is all?
Yep.
What brings you out this time of night?
Well, we're travelling back to, where are we going? Brittany Ferry.
Ah, right, okay. From where? Where have you come from tonight?
Well, at Milford Haven to pick up fishing gear.
Got a drink at all tonight?
No.
Nothing at all?
Nothing at all.
Been in trouble with the police before?
Yeah, once or twice, like.
What for?
Fighting.
Have you got anything in the car you shouldn't have?
No.
A check with the police computer reveals that the car has no insurance and, more importantly, this driver is currently on a ban.
Your vehicle's going to be seized now under Section 165 of the Road Traffic Act because you've got no current driving licence.
You're an expired.
Now listen.
It's coming back.
You know the situation because you had a vehicle seized.
Yeah, but it's coming back.
You had a vehicle seized recently for the same.
Yeah, but when it does come back, then you can drive. But until it comes back, you obviously can't.
The driver also turns out to be on bail for drug-related offences, so PC Charles has to carry out a thorough search of both the car and the occupants.
What else we're going to do is we're going to take you back for a purpose of a search, okay?
Yeah,
I'm going to take you into the police station for a search, and the occupants of the car and the vehicle.
What started out as a routine stop is quickly turning into a lot more. PC Charles has a hunch. He thinks there are drugs in the car. Back in St David's, the armed response unit is ready to go in. The plan is to do it quickly and silently, tasers ready, using the open back door. In seconds, the armed units are in and the situation is over.
He's in, is he? Okay, he's in custody.
And the man is disarmed without a struggle. The man was in possession of these 2 kitchen knives, but he handed them over when he was confronted by officers armed with tasers. As soon as the all clear is given, the woman returns to get her child. With the child safe and the man disarmed, officers have control of the situation. But there's another family member who's just returning to the house. The daughter of the woman who was threatened earlier has come back to the house, grabbed a knife and lunged at the man in custody.
Oh, she just went with a knife at him.
Keep still now.
But there are plenty of police here and she's very quickly restrained.
Can you get off me? He's pulling my fucking arm.
The woman is arrested for a fray, and to prevent the situation flaring up again, she is removed from the house immediately.
I am walking fucking tight, you prick! Oh, back up!
She returned to the property, having gone to look for her mother, who we were concerned about earlier on. Yep. When she got back into the house, she went to the kitchen and pulled a knife out and went to attack the male person that was already under arrest. So she's now been arrested as well for a fray.
Coming up, PC Williams gets a result.
Weighing scales here as well.
There's a massive drugs bust.
It's a nice crop, this is.
And PC Owen Dillon is on the trail of vandals.
Come here!
In Haverfordwest, the owner of the red Citroen is taken into the station to be searched. In his wallet, he has £1,000 in cash.
Why have you got £1,000 on you?
Because I'm going up for the weekend with friends.
Oh, £1,000?
Of course.
Is that what it costs for a weekend in Buryport?
Intelligence to suggest that the occupants are actively involved in the supply of controlled drugs. So they've all been brought into custody for the purposes of strip search under the Misuse of Drugs Act.
They're taken away one by one and asked to remove all their clothes to prove they're not hiding anything. The female passenger from the car is led away for a search, which reveals 1 ecstasy tablet, but it seems someone may have just emptied their pockets.
Herbal cannabis, we just noticed on the floor whether it's come from one of these when we brought them in. They've just discarded it when they've been walked in. I don't know, but it's come from somebody.
We've got a cannabis grinder, and I think we've worked that out as liquid Viagra and some needles, but they're new needles, there's nothing in them.
PC's Gareth Charles and Justin Williams turn their attention to the car and they quickly find more incriminating evidence.
What else are we going to find in the Aladdin's cave?
Everywhere they look, they find more drugs.
Got a tiny little bit of heroin here, I think.
It's got a bag of herbal cannabis here. What's that?
A liquid form of Viagra. There's enough there for keep the Eiffel Tower up for a week, isn't it?
Now it's time for the third passenger to explain himself. Not as simple as it seems for this man.
When we stopped you, you were the front seat passenger in the car.
Yeah, but when you
Yeah?
got in there, when I got
Okay.
to the house,
Well, there we are.
you can test me for drugs.
Wait, listen. That's where it was. That's where you were sitting when we stopped you in the car. Okay, so I'm going to arrest you on suspicion of Class A. Okay, so a small quantity, but I'm going to on suspicion. I'm not saying that you're guilty of it. You're being arrested on suspicion of it. Okay. Right. You don't have to say anything. May I, with defence, you don't mention when questioned something which you later rely on in court.
The passenger is arrested on suspicion of possession. But all the findings in the car are starting to point towards the far more serious crime of drug dealing.
It's certainly taken a bit of a twist now. A number of clear plastic bags, quite often used for the purposes of dealing drugs. Weighing scales here as well. Got traces of, looks to be white powder on it. Again, favoured by the drug dealers.
Not only are there quantities of drugs in the car and possible evidence of drug dealing, But there's also the suggestion that someone intends to grow drugs as well.
She's found in the boot of the car, quotation, full hydroponics kit used for cultivating cannabis. When you're talking between £5,000 and £6,000 each for these kits, you're talking a large-scale operation here potentially.
And if all the heroin, cannabis, ecstasy, Viagra, scales, bags and hydroponics brochures weren't enough, there's a written confession as well.
Don't phone my old number, the old bill took my phones off me. Gutted, and the bastards took my car. It's from the driver of the car, written to his brother. It won't be long, you'll be back out here running things, so I can show you this is how we do it. So far, the female occupant's been arrested, suspicion of possession of ecstasy. The male front seat passenger's been arrested on suspicion of Class A heroin, and we're just about to go and arrest the driver now on suspicion of possession of cannabis and with intent to supply.
It's dawn in Llanelli and the drug squad are preparing for a raid.
We believe quite strongly that there is a cannabis plantation inside this address. There's some of these cannabis plantations around the country have been found to contain some serious booby traps, doors, windows wired up to the mains, floorboards raised inside the doorways with carpets over them, nail beds on windowsills covered with cardboard.
Booby traps pose a real threat to officers carrying out the raid. All it takes is grabbing the wrong door handle and this operation could go horribly wrong. Officers need to proceed with extreme caution. Normally, the drug squad would approach fast and loud, but with the threat of booby traps, this time they cover the doors to prevent escape and approach silently, checking for danger. Then smash the door in.
Hello? Hello, please, come down. Come down, please. Please, come down. Hello, come down.
As they open up more of the property, it's becoming clear this is a massive hall.
Hello, anyone else upstairs?
And there are people here too.
Okay, don't worry.
No,
it's okay.
Two possible gang members of Vietnamese origin are arrested on the premises.
You're all right, madam. Okay,
Get her out then.
there we are. Look after us, Steve, will you? Or hand it over to one of the boys, please.
Each window has been covered with thick curtains to prevent the high-powered hydroponics lights, which are on 24 hours a day, being seen at night by passers-by. Skunk is a form of marijuana, but it can be up to 4 times stronger than the normal drug. Incidences of cannabis plantations have massively increased over the last 5 years. Police in the UK are now busting on average 3 every day. But they're cropping up faster than the police can stop them. There are so many factories making so much cannabis that instead of importing it, the UK is now exporting it abroad. Dyfed-Powys Police patrol one of the largest force areas in the UK. Their patch stretches from the beaches of Pembrokeshire to the mountains of mid-Wales and the Brecon Beacons. With such a large area and such a low number of officers, reaching the scene of an incident can sometimes be a major problem. PC Justin Williams has been called to a road traffic collision, or RTC, and there are people hurt. 999 operators are saying that there's one lady with serious head injuries. It's imperative that PC Williams gets there quickly.
Yeah, noted. I'll check that room now.
But this far out into the countryside, nothing is simple.
Struggling to find any signs of an RTC.
The 999 caller hasn't given a good description of her location, and PC Williams is having difficulty finding it.
The Clarbison Road area is huge because you've got loads of little back roads and classified roads. I think it's a case of a needle in a haystack, really.
He has to call upon any resources available, even passing motorists.
Any sign of an accident at all up here? Yeah. No, you haven't passed anything? Okay, if you could just hang on there a second, I'll be going back that way, okay? Thanks. I'm wondering whether somebody's got the location completely wrong.
An ambulance has also been called to the scene, but they can't find the RTC either. With the reported head injury, every minute at this stage is crucial.
Ambulance can't find it. If we got somebody with a head injury who's saying she's not feeling too good, well, you're obvious.
It was the injured lady who made the 999 call. The police operator has tried calling her back, but now she's not responding. PC Williams has to find her fast. Back in Carmarthenshire, the drug squad are beginning to realise the scale of the operation they've just disrupted.
It's a nice crop, this is.
They've arrested 2 people from this house, both Vietnamese and both speaking very poor English.
The interpreters are going to be here in about an hour.
The drug squad can't have their faces shown because of the undercover work they do.
It's been a bonus for us is the fact that 2 individuals that are involved in this have been at the premises. Exactly what their position is in this organised crime gang is yet to be established, but clearly they were servicing this particular crop and were acting as gardeners here, but the investigation is still in its early stages.
Police believe the Vietnamese people living in the house are illegal immigrants, smuggled in by organised gangs and put to work to pay off the fees they were charged to get into the UK in the first place.
2 guys under arrest, the female and the male. So they're going to be conveyed back to Cleckley Police Station once they've been searched, and we're happy with the rest of the house. They'll be booked in. The clothing will be taken, swabs of the hands will be taken as well, and then we'll go from there really.
It's certainly what we expected. It looks like quite a substantial crop of skunk cannabis here, which will obviously take us a great deal of time now to dismantle and to preserve evidentially.
On the back roads of West Wales, PC Justin Williams has found the ambulance, but they can't find the RTC either.
Well, I've been up on a main road, Poison Cross, Skelton Manor, nothing. I came back down this road, nothing.
The 999 operators still can't get through to the injured lady. She's not responding to their calls.
We're directly behind the ambulance now. Hopefully between the 2 of us, we should come across it shortly.
There's only one more place they haven't checked, and PC Williams and the ambulance head off together to see if there's anything there.
Not seen her.
Finally, they find the crash. The paramedics immediately tend to the woman. She's hit her head on the windscreen with such force that it has shattered.
Having about 20-25 miles per hour.
PC Williams, meanwhile, gets on with the job of finding out what happened and takes a statement from the other driver involved in the crash.
When I saw a white Mini coming towards me, I braked, but the Mini collided with the front of my car, yeah?
It turns out to be a typical country lane crash, 2 cars coming towards each other, but only space for one. As the injured lady is rushed off to hospital for treatment, PC Williams heads off to check the other car involved, which has already been moved off the road.
I'll come up to the car with you now. Don't go worrying too much about it. It could have been a lot worse, isn't it? You know.
Could be worse, eh?
Well, you know, we go to lots of bad smashes or serious injuries. A narrow stretch of road. Both vehicles have braked. Obviously, there's nowhere for them to go without colliding.
But the lady's head injury might be at least partly her own fault.
Passenger in the Mini appears not to be wearing a seatbelt. She's hit her head on a windscreen. You could see from the centre of the screen that's where the crack has originated from. Usually you do see like a haze in the cracks of the glass. I've put her mind at rest. No intention of prosecuting her under these circumstances. I feel she suffered enough. Can you do us a favour and pull this car off the road for us?
All that's left for PC Williams to do is flag down a passing tractor to help him get the car off the road.
Sorted.
Turns out there are some advantages to being in the countryside after all.
I've got no steering, so slowly.
Back at the cannabis factory, the plants are being counted and chopped down to be taken away for testing.
It's approximately 120 plants here. They're the female cannabis plants. The skunk there. Quite a bit of money to be made from it. There's a ventilation, extraction system, the lighting, and there's 4 bedrooms upstairs. They just have various stages of growth, basically. I'm guessing these are probably previous stalks from previous harvests.
This house alone could have been producing more than £1 million worth of cannabis per year. The hydroponics lights take up so much electricity that if the cannabis farmers used the usual plug sockets, the massive jump in power consumption would have been noticed.
This is the main cable coming in.
Uh-huh.
That's the 2 line taps, what they've tapped onto it.
I see.
Yeah, crafty, innit?
In order to avoid suspicion, they steal electricity direct from the mains. It's a very dangerous business.
That proves that this is alive. That's what they call line taps. A lot of these factories now, they don't even bother with an earth. Scary.
The plants will now be taken away to a secure place and incinerated, and the lights and equipment will be destroyed. Coming up, illegal off-roaders getting caught by the cops.
Can you take some registration numbers down?
Late night fights. And you'd better not lie to PC Dwayne.
I'm not satisfied this is you, okay?
In Powys, PC Owen Dillon is at the top of the Brecon Beacons, tackling a traffic problem with a difference. The National Park Wardens have an ongoing battle with illegal off-roaders destroying the moorland. Today, 2 spotters have seen 4x4s tearing up the parkland on top of the mountains. The police take this very seriously. These vandals are destroying moorland and endangering people.
5 vehicles that we're going to try and intercept now, and we could do with helicopter assistance.
We're heading over to the area of Treble Quarry, where these vehicles actually on this byway. Previously we ran an operation here where we had a number of vehicles we dealt with, including a van that had recently stolen a safe in a burglary, and they're actually on the way to burn the van out and the safe. And it's going to be a little bit of a bumpy ride to get there.
Oh. Easy, Sam.
With the 4x4 stuck, PC Dillon has to cover the last 100 metres on foot.
Yeah, they're trying to make off from us. We're back in a minute.
The off-roaders see him coming and make a run for it.
Yeah, Del, can you take some registration numbers down? Tango, Oscar.
In Pembrokeshire, PC Paddy Dwayne is getting to grips with a very different type of traffic problem.
We'd better do a check on this one.
PC Dwayne has a near photographic memory for people and cars, and this car has come to his attention before.
I know where this vehicle comes from, and I know the previous owner, or maybe there's still the same owner, but the person driving it isn't that person, so I'm going to cause them to stop it and have a check. Hello. Is this your vehicle?
Yeah.
It is yours?
Yeah.
And how long have you had this vehicle?
Quite a while now.
Since when?
3-4 years now.
Right, and what's your name? And your date of birth?
In 73.
73?
Yeah.
How old are you? How old are you?
1973, I don't
No, how old are you now?
28, 31, something.
I'm not satisfied this is you, okay? I'm really not satisfied this is you.
This is all the details you want that I've got on me. Well, what else do you expect me to provide you?
No, I just asked you your age, and you couldn't even tell me your age.
Unsurprisingly, PC Dwayne smells a rat.
Is this you or not? It's time to be honest now.
It's me.
It's definitely you. Yeah. And you've had the vehicle, you say 3 to 4 years.
Yeah.
I dealt with an incident with this vehicle going back about 2 years ago in an accident. You don't remember that, no? And the person who claimed that this vehicle, who owned this vehicle, wasn't you. It was someone else. What I'm going to do, I'm going to go over to the station now, okay, and clarify that this is you, okay, by photograph, all right? And if this is you, then there's obviously an issue with the other person who's given me your details. But I will find out.
Back in the Brecon Beacons, 2 cars have made off from PC Owen Dillon. but 2 are stuck where they are with no means of escape.
You don't have to say anything, but it may harm your defence. You don't mention when questioned, something which you later line in court.
Can you show us on the map? Or we honestly didn't know that you can drive that one, can't you, that track?
You're not supposed to be riding off on the moorland at all.
At the top of the mountain, one of the fleeing off-roaders has decided to hang around and now seem to be taunting PC Owen Dillon. Never a good idea.
Hey, you may as well come here because we got police waiting at the end.
Yeah, if you could pass that as an obs message to Gwen. He's ripping up the moorland and is failing to stop for us.
But this guy has no intention of coming over. He knows that while PC Dillon is on foot, there's nothing he can do.
He's actually driving dangerously near pedestrians who are walking across the hills. It's one up, it's a green Daihatsu vehicle.
But PC Dillon has a trick up his sleeve.
I've got a chopper coming. We'll see if we can persuade him to stop. You can see a massive area of damage that's been caused here.
The reckless driver is also endangering hikers using the moorland.
How did it make you feel when you saw him whizzing around?
I had a little thought, off-road idiot.
Yeah. Okay.
Is he not meant to be there?
No. Obviously, you know, one of the reasons is erosion, but it's dangerous to people like you.
The helicopter support unit, X-Ray 99, equipped with the latest high-quality cameras, will be there any second.
I'm very keen for you to be able to sort of get some pictures of it if you can, and I don't know if there's any way that we're going to be able to sort of persuade him to stop so we can speak to him. But he's driving like an absolute loon across the moors, he is. The good thing is he's heading towards our pinch point.
Time is running out for the taunting off-roader.
I don't like to let things go, you know.
Back in Haverfordwest, PC Paddy Dwayne has told the suspicious driver to stay in the car park of the local Tesco's while he checks the police computer.
I'm just doing a check now on the gentleman. And I'll see if it's him as a picture. No, it's a different person. This is the person that I actually dealt with. He's coming back with the date of birth 73, so that driver is not who he says he is. So we'll go back now and sort it out. It's the trouble, you have instinct, and my instinct was telling me he was lying. You give people the benefit of the doubt, and unfortunately they still lie to you. The vehicle is still here.
The vehicle is there, but the driver isn't. PC Dwayne thinks he knows exactly how to find him.
Yeah, Al, when they said they were going to go to Tesco's, they've obviously done a runner. And I suppose somebody could just hang about down in Charles Street till I get there, in case they turn up.
The real owner of the car runs a restaurant in the town centre, so Paddy decides to pay him a visit.
We're going to speak to the owner of the restaurant, who is the RO of the registered owner of the vehicle, and try and establish who this driver was that gave his details.
The registered owner of the car is the man PC Dwayne expected to see driving it. And this is the man whose picture came up on the police computer.
Any reason why he would have given me your details? He's given me your full name and your date of birth and your address. He was stopped today. I know you personally, as you know. I wasn't happy with the details he gave me, okay? Because I knew you to be that person.
The man found driving the car turns out to be an employee of the owner.
It's 4 over 25.
Further questioning reveals that the car is insured for over 25s only. It could be that the driver is not over 25 and that's why he lied.
At the end of the day, he's dropping you into trouble by doing what he's done. So it's best to get this sorted out now, isn't it? Rather than later.
But PC Dwayne still needs to find out, so he gets the owner to ring the driver.
Will you go and see the police officer in police station? You are going in 10-15 minutes, all right?
The driver agrees to meet PC Dwayne back at the station to face the music.
There's our helicopter now.
Back in the Brecon Beacons, air support has arrived to assist PC Dylan.
What I need is a photograph or something off the face of the driver, because I've got a feeling it's not his vehicle. So I need to see whether the vehicle can stop, and if not, an evidential picture of his face. Hey, come over here! Come here!
But the runaway still doesn't seem to realise that the game is up.
Yeah, have you got the vehicle in sight, X-ray 99? He's just in front of me.
The helicopter circles gathering photos of the driver's face, which will be used as evidence when he is charged. Eventually, the reckless driver realises that he's not going to get away and decides to give up.
What we got now is the helicopter spoken to the occupant of the vehicle, and it seems that they're going to hand themselves in, so we're going to go to a point where the helicopter can bring them across. All right, stop the vehicle, out you get. Come over here. Yeah, X-ray 99, vehicle on stop, motorist is speaking to me now. Thank you very much for your help. Right, what was all that about? You committed the offence of section 34 of basically riding off-road on common land, okay? So I'm pointing that offence out to you. You've also committed the offence of the section 59 of the Reform Act in your manner of driving, especially in the vicinity of pedestrians, okay? So you don't have to say anything, it may harm your defence, don't mention now something which you later rely in court. Anything you do say may be given evidence. Do you understand that now, all right? Where are the keys for the vehicle, mate? Not that I don't trust you or anything. Just leave them here carefully for a little while, shall you? Let your vehicle have a bit of a break.
The driver's details are taken and he is reported for all the offences he's committed today. Back at Haverfordwest, PC Dwayne is heading to the station to meet the driver who's given false details.
Right.
He asked me to give you the keys.
Yes, and you've lied to me. Okay? Listen to what I'm about to tell you. You're under arrest for obstructing a police officer in the course of their duty. You do not have to say anything, but it may harm your defence if you do not mention when questioned something which you later rely on in court. Anything you do say may be given in evidence. Do you understand that caution?
Yeah.
Why did you lie to me?
I mean, every time I work for him as a delivery driver, you know. I wouldn't have. Why is this going this far? Like, I mean, you know.
Why is it going this far? Because you've lied to me? I asked you at the time who you were, and you gave me false details of who you were. And you knew I knew at the time that it was wrong. I have seen you driving this vehicle on many occasions, all right? You're only a provisional licence holder.
Yeah.
You were not supposed to be driving that vehicle. Right, what I'm going to do with you now, you've been arrested, okay, by myself, but you are going to be interviewed about the offences of driving otherwise in accordance to your driving licence with no insurance, okay, and obstructing the police officer in the course of their duty. The bottom line is, Omar, you shouldn't have lied to me.
Police! Coming up, drunken fights.
That's obstructing.
And drink drivers.
That has just gone against you, mate, okay?
It's Saturday night in West Wales and the pubs and clubs of the towns and cities are full to capacity. Binge drinking is rife and incidents of violence are common. High-profile policing at kick-out time and rapid response to any fights that flare up are the only ways officers can keep on top of the situation.
There's been some sort of altercation there.
PC Paddy Dwayne is a traffic officer, but on a busy Saturday night he also mans a rapid response car, called to any major disturbance. Tonight, PC Dwayne is being called from punch-up to punch-up. As soon as one is cleared up, he's called to another 15 miles away. All the information PC Dwayne has is that a couple have had a fight on a train and the train is waiting at Whitland Station in Carmarthenshire.
I'm not
Stay with you, are you?
drunk, okay?
Yeah, no. Get a complaint that
The guard was concerned that she was with a child and she was intoxicated.
Right, okay.
There is a husband has appeared now.
And he's sober?
And he's sober, so I'm quite happy. But
He
she's
is
now...
not sober.
He looks not far more sober than you, my love. Are we going to get you back on this train so we can get you home now?
Yeah, is that okay? Whenever he wants.
Right, how many did you say you've had today then?
About 5 glasses of wine.
Come off the train now. He's just coming down now. You're going to sort of tax out, all right?
I can't afford a taxi.
He said he can. He's going to pay for it.
No, he can't. Because it's my money as well, see?
All right, well, we'll sort that out, all right? But I'd rather you sit in the car than sitting down there on the floor, all right?
It's the usual story of a couple drinking, getting into a fight and blaming each other.
Right, Diane, listen to me now, listen. Do you want a bit of time on your own there?
Yeah.
Right, okay.
PC Dwayne leaves the lady in his car while he sits in a colleague's to Radio HQ.
Main cause of that situation is alcohol. You go to public orders then, people been drinking, a different sort of wavelength, and then you come to something like this, which is a domestic, alcohol related again, but on a different measure. She's upset, so you drop down a level then to that. You're up and down all day long, and it can be draining at times, but you get used to it. I mean, it's part of the job.
Eventually, the couple make up and decide to head home, and PC Dwayne is free to see what other problems alcohol is causing tonight. But some people aren't drinking tonight. In Llanelli, PC Ian Muckle has been called to a serious incident.
I am going to bomb dog, man.
All right, just package. We'll go through it for the staff.
A telephone call has been made to this pub. The caller just said the word bomb and put the phone down. The threat is real, and as soon as the call was received, the pub staff jumped into action, evacuating everyone and getting them to a safe distance away. It's a situation which the police and pub owners have to work together to resolve with as little danger or disruption to the public as possible. PC Muckle, aided by other officers and staff from the pub, conducts a thorough search of the building but finds nothing.
The two duty managers checked as well, so as far as I'm concerned, I mean, it's just been a hoax story.
On this occasion, the evening revellers are allowed back in, but bomb threats can never be ignored.
Checked it with the staff, they're happy that there's nothing that's suspicious there, so the manager's quite happy for the public to go back in now and resume their drinking.
With one catastrophe averted, PC Muckle heads off, but just around the next corner, he comes across this.
Come here! Yeah, now.
Urinating in public is obviously illegal and unpleasant, but this young man's attitude has really wound up PC Muckle.
That's bloody filthy, that is.
Right, okay,
absolutely filthy. Away, bud. Away. Away. Off you go. You'll have a free ride. You'll have a free ride, boy. Now move away. Come with me. Name and address, I want.
His details will be taken this time. Next time, he won't be so lucky.
Right. Next time you're going to own the book, all right? It's bloody stupid, right?
All right, yeah. Yeah, done nothing.
Will you shut it and get away?
In another part of town, PC's John Brereton and Darren Morgan are on the night shift, and so apparently is the rest of the town.
Who works late shifts? I work
Keep
days.
it down now, right?
I just work days. You work nights. Sorry.
All right.
Tonight, they're keeping an eye on the drunken revellers leaving the pubs and clubs, making sure there's no trouble.
Let's fight a bit.
But it's not going to be a quiet one for them.
Police! Police!
When they get to the disturbance, they find a group of girls fighting. But in the dark, it's impossible to see who's responsible or if anyone's injured.
You get one last warning, right? You better calm down, otherwise you're coming in. I am sick and tired of your behaviour.
So what have you seen happen?
Always when they've had a few beers.
It's all over as quickly as it started, and the screaming girls are sent on their way.
On your way home now,
But backup has already arrived, and the officers will remain outside this nightclub until all these partygoers have gone home. With so many officers on hand, these girls would be mad to start any trouble again, and everyone finally goes home quietly. Back in Pembrokeshire, an alcohol is causing more problems for PC Paddy Dwayne. This time it's a suspected drink driver.
Vehicle has probably a drink driver in it, but I'm not sure which way he's going to go. And I think he's going to make a boot for it.
The driver has spotted PC Dwayne in his mirrors and slowed right down.
He'd obviously worked out that I was there.
PC Dwayne has seen enough and hits the lights.
Yeah, that'll be Charlie 46, essentially.
I'm just going to have a chat with him now. Like you smell intoxicating liquor? Yeah? Have you had a drink?
I've had a pint of well earlier, yeah.
There we are then. Alright, what I'm going to ask you to do then, step out the car and come back to the vehicle with me, alright? How much have you had to drink tonight?
Pint, 2 pints.
And when did you have your last drink, Anne?
Actually, I just had a couple of swigs of a bottle about 10 minutes ago.
So you say 10 minutes ago you had a drink, did you? Yeah. Do you agree to give me a specimen of breath?
Yeah.
Okay. What I'm going to try you to do is seal your lips around the end of this, okay? Nice, long, continuous, deep breath until I say stop, alright?
Yeah.
So nice, deep breath. I'll say keep going, keep going, keep going, keep going. There we are, mate. Works off a traffic light system, alright? There's green, orange, red. If it goes to 1, it'll be on orange. I advise you not to go any further. So how many did you say you've had?
I had 2 pints earlier.
Right.
And then a quarter of a can.
And quarter of a can?
Yeah.
The driver tries one final plea.
You are?
You go home, will you?
I wish I could, mate, but unfortunately, because I've smelled alcohol on your breath, I can't until I'm satisfied that you are eligible to drive, alright? Just to inform you, okay? It has gone to fail. I'm going to inform you now, you are under arrest, okay? You do not have to say anything, but it may harm your defence if you do not mention when questioned something which you later rely on in court. Anything you do say may be given an evidence, okay? You failed the roadside breath test. What's going to happen with you now? You're going to be taken to Afterwards Police Station where you'll go on the intoxicating machine at the station, alright?
Alright, can I grab some fags?
No, you can't. You won't be able to smoke in custody, mate, whatever. Alright? You can take them with you if you want to have a cigarette when you leave custody.
Yeah, please,
that's fine, yeah. But you can't smoke now, alright?
The suspected drink driver is cooperating for the moment, but it doesn't last long.
Put that cigarette out. I told you, I've warned you. Put it out. I warned you not to smoke, okay? That's obstructing.
Sorry,
that's obstructing police in your duty, alright? Put your hands out. You're being handcuffed. Put your hands out. That has just gone. That has just gone against you, mate, okay?
He's taken away to the station for further testing, but you can be sure PC Dwayne isn't going to go easy on him. Coming up soon on Britcop's Frontline Crime, the new police action series exclusive to Bravo. Meet Britain's hardest SWAT teams on the trail of drugs in Devon and Cornwall. The real Sweeney comes to London with the tough-talking, no-nonsense coppers from the Met. And Frontline Police deal with hardcore crime in Wales. Bastard. Bravo's cameras capture all the action as these cops catch the criminals.
Police helicopter, call sign India 99, has a date with a dog 1,000 feet below.
Yeah, received India 99, we've got the dog searching now.
A thief has run from a stolen car, and a police dog called Brody is trying to find him.
Foxtrot Hotel units, India 99, we're just coming up overhead.
But he needs the help of the Sky Cops.
Yeah, units, we've got you in the back garden areas, got you visual. We'll search that area.
It's still pitch black on the ground, and Brodie has so far been unable to pick up a scent.
We'll just start sniffing for it now, are they?
India 99's heat-seeking thermal image camera and Brodie's nose should make the difference. Tonight, as the Sky Cops go to the dogs...
He's barking.
Good. And the dogs come to them. London's criminals discover hiding places are tough to find.
Oh, yay! The dog will claim that. Yeah.
India 99's crew find they haven't the nose for the job. And a desperate search for one 81-year-old man and his dog.
Somebody who's 80, when it gets cold, it gets very cold.
He's covered in mud, he's fallen over.
And hypothermia is a killer.
London, the search for the escaped car thief is continuing. Neither the highly trained police dog nor the £5 million helicopter can find a trace in the gardens where the man is thought to be hiding.
Right, dog handler's just below my crosshairs. Yeah, I got him. And he needs to go...
But that's because they've been looking in the wrong place.
That'll do for me then, buddy. In there. Oh, well done.
We had a nice hot heat source, and when we zoomed in on these cameras we could tell quite easily that it was our man lying very, very flat on this roof, trying to keep out of sight of anyone in the gardens.
Dog handler receiving, India 99. We believe we've got your suspect on a single-storey flat roof.
Police dogs, their handlers and the Sky Cops are fast becoming one of London's most successful thief-catching teams.
We can clear open back gardens very, very quickly, especially at night time. We can clear an entire garden block between us, so we work well on those occasions.
Success often depends on careful choreography.
You put your right hand out, that's it, where your hand is pointing, that line of houses, and then as you look at those houses, about 5 houses to the left.
But how to get him off the roof? The Sky Cops need to keep him in vision, but the tall houses are a bit of a problem for the pilot, Captain Sweeting.
Louis, do you want me to get you this side so you
if you can.
At least you'll keep sight of him then if he does do a runner.
Whatever's good for you, Captain.
Oh no, whatever's best for you, mate.
And what's happening now? It looks like there are 2 on the roof.
He moves slightly and you can see where he has been lying as he rolls over. It almost looks like there's 2 people there. So he's obviously been there for quite a long time because he's heated up the roof.
But definitely a scar and a rollover, not too soon. Yeah, it's definitely a scar and a rollover.
It's now Brodie and his handler's turn to move in.
In this particular case, Brodie didn't bark at the suspect. He was some way up above her on the flat roof. And I simply called on him to show himself and to come down to us.
But the thief won't budge, and now there's only one thing for it. Brodie's handler is going to have to get his hands dirty.
Single-storey block. Foxtrot Hotel, you got one officer on a single-storey block. Just put your arms out to your side, yeah. He's just up there where you'd be pointing a torch. Just up over the ledge.
Most criminals come quietly when police dogs are about.
Suspect's now up on his feet, speaking to one of the officers, making his way down the slope roof. Stand by 1.
As he started to climb down, I made it clear to him that if he attempted to run away or if he showed any aggression to me or Brodie, that she would be sent to bite him. But if he did as I told him, then he'd be perfectly safe.
And the suspect's down off the 2nd storey roof.
I think he's probably heard the dog, and it certainly didn't jump straight down.
Hey look, he's called his dog in. 6 to 8. Oh, dog don't like him. Alright.
He was very compliant and agreed to do what I asked him to. The fear of being bitten by Brodie was greater to him than the fear of being arrested.
India 99, Quebec 0, many thanks for that.
Yeah, so we'll just stay on you until you've got contact with the Foxtrot Hotel officers. I believe they're in the garden next year.
Being able to talk directly to Brodie's handler is a big plus for the Sky Cops. especially when it means you can find out more about your fugitives.
Your man's wanting a recall to prison, he tells me.
Oh, superb. Yeah, nice one. Cool. Good flight. I think our job here is done. We're going to return to base.
Silver State, India 99.
India 99 now.
London Sky Cops are based at an old army camp on the edge of Epping Forest.
Yeah, down at 12 minutes past, 12 minutes past.
As the night shift clocks off and a new day dawns, a group of police dog handlers arrive. Sky Cop PC Agnew is about to start her latest dog training class. She is going to teach them to fly.
Today we're going to be doing specialist firearms dog training. Dogs that deal with firearms recovery. We're going to bring them in today and we're going to put them into the aircraft and see how they react.
This is police dog Zeus 10. His pet name is Trigger. Best looking dog in the Met Police, I reckon.
Flying London's gun dogs to crime scenes is a new thing for both the dogs and the Sky Cops.
If they are required, they're required in a hurry, and that's where we come in. We collect them from wherever they are. We can deposit them at any place that they're needed, and time is saved.
These dogs are used to facing dangerous gunmen, but flying in a helicopter is a different kettle of fish altogether, and no one's quite sure how they're going to react.
OK, right, this is where the fun starts. First pair, thumbs up and in we come.
So, it's the silent approach, no engines.
That's it. Clip the dog on first.
Some are better at it than others.
The worst case scenario is him deciding he doesn't like it and trying to jump out, which is obviously something we don't want him to do. So it's just a matter of doing it repeatedly to condition the dog to get used to the in and out of the helicopter.
Thumbs up for the pilot and out we go.
Zeus 10 might be
Straight
getting
out.
used to the in and out bit.
And open the door.
But shaking it all about with another dog as well is asking for trouble.
There's no rush.
Yes.
Take your time.
To the crowd.
Oh, he's not happy. The problem that we have is because it's such a confined space, we don't know how the dogs are going to react. And it's whether or not the two dogs, when they come face to face in that confined space, will tolerate one another.
They do.
Marvellous. Dog spit. Okay.
So we'll go to here.
We get a thumbs up from the pilot. And we've okay.
And that's all there is.
That's all there is.
That's the easy part. What happens when it's the real thing and the engine's away?
Right, who's going in first? You're first.
PC Agnew is dog training. The Sky Cops know that this is crunch time. If there's going to be a problem of any kind, it'll be now.
The dogs are totally under control. The environment that we're in here is totally controlled, so if we do have a problem, we can back off.
Next up is Trigger, the 2-year-old German Shepherd. His trainer is confident.
I don't think the noise is going to worry him unduly. I think because we've practiced a couple of times now, he should be able to go in quite easily. Noise doesn't normally affect the dog, so we'll just see what happens.
But Trigger's flight partner looks nervous. She's a Malinois called Lexi, with a thing about flying.
They get very excited when they hear the engine start. They get very excited about the whole thing.
And Lexi is expressing her excitement in more ways than one.
We did have one that got a little bit, put it down to stress. So the handler said it was the dog, so we've got to go with that.
Trigger, meanwhile, is taking it all in his handler's stride. The Sky Cops are not impressed, but must carry on regardless.
The moment they're in and they settle down and the aircraft takes off, they just look out the window and just relax. 9 times out of 10, they just lay down and go to sleep.
Don't seem bothered at all, these two, do they? Not at all.
Lexi's earned her wings, but the Sky Cops are more than happy to see the back of her.
It's got to leave the door open for a minute.
Each pair of dogs must be flown for 5 minutes, and the Met has 40 of these specially trained firearms dogs. For the rest of the firearms pack, it's turning out to be a good day. Now they know they can do it for real.
Fine, no problem at all. Very relaxed. Enjoyed it as much as I did. It's just like getting in and out of a van, really, isn't it? It doesn't faze them. It's just something that they're used to. That's what we want.
Lexi is back where she's happiest, but none the worse for wear.
Come on then, you. Talk me through it. What happened?
Decided to express her anal glands in.
Oh! Yeah, whatever you leave in there, you take home with you.
Through nerves, she expressed her anal glands. It's a fear thing, and so she's left a rather delightful smell within the plane. So, on you go.
Yeah. The fear of what to expect has gone. Next time, it's one less pressure off them. So instead of worrying about the flight, the handler can concentrate on the job that he's got to go to.
Job done. But the dog squad have made their presence felt.
It's fur, slobber, all part of the service apparently. It's one of those risks, I suppose. It was a bit whiffy on the first flight, but there we go. Ah, it's marvellous. Thank you very much. That's all right.
These are the things you have to expect. It's an animal, for goodness sake. Things do happen and they can be smelly at times. Marvellous. Thank you, gentlemen.
Stage switch. He's on. Controls are unlocked. Landing lights on. Secure. Clear to right. Rear, we're ready to go.
There's trouble on the ground. A stolen car being pursued by traffic police.
Yeah, 30 miles an hour over speed bumps. Going right to Holborn Road.
With any luck, they can get involved, but they must be quick.
He's got a decam. Oh. The decam now, Dave. So.
They might have missed the chase, but maybe they can help catch the thief who's run into some gardens.
There we go. You got a visual on the camera now. Yeah. Got one person there. PC, there we go. Yeah. Leaving 99, we're on scene. Can we get a description of the one outstanding, please? We're searching the gardens now. And the driver's RC1 male, 16 to 18 years, with a hoodie top on, which stripes down both sleeves. Yeah, from 99, that's all received.
The description is good, but the Sky Cops know they are best looking for hotspots first.
That's how Pauline had potential. Don't go back to there, I like that.
Once again, Indian 99's crew aren't going to go for the first thing they see. They need to take a wider view.
What we'll often do is search the whole block, identify all the hotspots, and then we'll get them checked out in order of the likelihood of them being the suspect. It's important not to be drawn into that one hotspot because that could be anything, to be honest, and you could be hiding somewhere else.
Getting them checked out usually means sending in the dogs again.
Oh, someone in there. Oh yeah, that's good, isn't it? I like that a lot, yeah. All units stand by.
But that may not be necessary. This could be their man.
Further down the block, I found a nice heat source glowing under some bushes, quite near where the PCs had last seen this guy. So I thought, well, we'll get this checked first. This is our most likely target.
The dogs are already in with a handler and ground cops.
He's probably 15 or 20 feet away from you, close to the trunk of the tree. Could be underneath something. Take the far end. He's right on it now. It's almost right in the centre of that tree. He's walked over that. It'd be right next to it, yeah.
This is now a real mystery.
We've definitely got a heat source in there. It looks as if officers are walking straight past it. Yeah, India 99. Is the heat source standing right beside me now? He's sort of pointing towards where it was. To the left of me? Where he's pointing. Yes, where you were pointing, it's exactly where we had it.
Which is soon solved.
One large compost heap, over. But thank you for checking. We continue searching.
Unfortunately, when they lifted it up, it was some timber or whatever that was giving the thermal return, so we disregarded that. And then Steve wanted to go back to the original heat source he'd seen.
251 limit. Where was that bloody tarpaulin?
Yeah, I thought it was here. Wait, I see it now. There it is.
Yes,
there
it is.
That's certainly worth checking out, isn't it?
Yeah.
Thank you.
Dog van from India 99. Got another heat source. It looks as if it's a barbecue cover, but obviously nobody would have had a barbecue today. We're getting quite a good heat return. Number 72.
This time, the dog will get the first look.
Yeah, cars are pulling up to the front of it. Yeah,
Oh, there we go, yeah.
Officers running up to the front of it. If you can get to the back of the premises, it's a black tarpaulin cover. It's there. In fact, the dog's just going up to it now. Straight into it.
Yeah.
Please be. He's barking.
That's good.
Oh, let's get that out. Oh, yes! Is it?
Oh, yeah.
The dog's pulling at it.
Yes, that's an affirmative.
Oh, yay! Good job.
Lovely old dog.
See, that was the first thing we saw, Steve, as well. Oh, nice one. The dog will claim that.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
He was well hidden from the human eye. They would never have seen him, but he quickly goes through tarpaulins or fences.
Golf 201. That'll be a golf from India 99. That's another one in custody.
1-0 to the police.
It's always good to get a good result.
Again, well done the Grandians, well done the dog. 9 out.
Once we're overhead, they're not going to get away.
It is time, though, for the Sky Cops to get away. They need more fuel. But even with their feet on the ground, they're still on a high.
Gives you a buzz. I think, as most people would normally say, it's just my day job. But yeah, it's satisfying to get a good result.
The good result must soon be forgotten. News is coming in that an 81-year-old man has gone missing. PC Tartaglia's thermal imaging skills are needed again. The Sky Cops are called to look for missing persons, or MISPers as the police call them, several times a day.
It's either young children or very elderly people, but without any kind of intelligence to suggest where they might be, it's really a needle in a haystack often.
India 99's crew like looking for needles in haystacks, particularly when they're MISPers. But this is no ordinary mission. The light is going fast and the temperature dropping like a stone.
When there's weather conditions as well come into play, like cold weather and things like that, it's obviously all the time left while they're out is sort of crucial.
The good news is that the missing man has used his mobile phone to say he's in Parkland near his home, but he doesn't know exactly where.
Evening to you, just arriving on scene, your MISPer. Have you got any more intelligence coming?
Yeah, I'm at scene. I've just been on the phone again to the mister. He can't hear a word I'm saying. He just keeps repeating he's in the field. That's all we know.
That's Steve. We'll have a good old look for you now.
The Sky Cops need to identify the searchers below quickly.
Andy, can you just put your blue light on initially, just so India 99 can see where he would have last been?
I've got visual on 1 with blue lights on. Yeah, Steve. We'll start there and work our way up.
The 81-year-old and his dog, called Charlie, have been missing for nearly 2 hours.
To take his dog for a walk, and the change of time of daylight had thrown him off, and before he'd realised it had got dark. And somebody who's 80, when it gets cold, it gets very cold, and hypothermia is a killer.
This park is vast, with more than 2,000 acres of fields and streams.
He was well away from the beaten track. He was out and in the dark, and he didn't know where he was going, what direction he was heading in. If you work out how quickly we can search a great big open area in a matter of minutes, or you put 20 or 30 officers on the ground and have them fingertip search or walk through search that same area, you've got a much better chance of saving a life because we're faster and we're more effective.
To be effective tonight, PC Tartaglia is going to have to work wonders with his thermal imager.
X-ray from 99, we've got visual with a male with a dog in the fields. Stand by, we'll give you an exact location.
Engine 99, it's all received. Wait, update, thank you.
Fortunately, because it was so cold out there and he was still warm, he stood out really well, and the camera did us proud.
Finding the 81-year-old is one thing, getting cops on the ground to him is quite another. It's now pitch black, and this is farmland, full of pitfalls and other dangers. PC Tartaglia has the answer. India 99's Night Sun.
What we'll do is we'll light him up and hopefully that'll give you a way to get to him.
30 million candles worth of searchlight.
Because it was pretty featureless, it was just open in fields. What we did was decide to turn the Night Sun on and just light up the chap on the ground and just tell the ground units to follow to the base of the beam.
See, we can see your light. Just got to make our way across fences, etc. Can you find an easier way for us to get over these bushes?
Yeah, we're just seeing if we can spot a path a bit further up. Keep going the way you're going. He's wandering around in circles, bless him.
Everyone knows they need to get to the old man fast before he becomes too cold.
X-ray from 2. We can hear his mobile ringing in the field, the other side of the bushes. Could you light the mist breath again for me? I can hear a dog barking, but I can't see him.
Yep, we'll do. We'll just come round to the side of the hedge and we'll stick the Night Sun back on somewhere. You're really close to him.
Yeah, we've got him now, thank you.
Are you happy with direction on the way back?
He's quite elderly. He's lost one of his shoes. He's covered in mud. He's fallen over. He's definitely not going to be able to get through it, I don't think.
That's understood. Give us a minute. We'll try and sort out another way in.
You want to tell the wife he's safe and well?
Yeah, received. Andy's coming to collect her now. We've got a change of clothing for the male if he needs to go to hospital.
The officers on the ground aren't out of the woods yet. At least one of them has received a nasty shock.
If there is other people in the fields, be careful of the electric fences. It hurts.
It's just nice to know that you make a difference, not always just catching suspects, but he might be a granddad, so that granddaughter or grandson's got granddad for a little bit longer.
Yeah, we're out of the woods now. Thank you very much for your assistance.
We'll pass on our best, hope he's okay.
We got the chap and got him home, which was the main thing. And if we hadn't have seen him, there's the very real possibility that he wouldn't have been alive in the morning.
2,000 feet above North London, a police helicopter crew, call sign India 99, are looking for a gun.
Hampton High Street, junction with Mornington Crescent.
Got him.
A pub barman has reported seeing a man conceal an automatic pistol up his sleeve.
Steve, run description by me again, please.
Medium build, lumberjack jacket. He's outside.
Oh, there he is. Got him. Yeah, visual from 99, just confirm.
Armed police are already in the area, but they must rely on the Sky Cops to tell them when it's safe to move in.
India 99 for traffic control. We're going to be in the area, just for any runners, etc.
Just have to presume that the worst could happen. The moment you relax and put your guard down, that's going to be the time when it goes wrong.
Yeah, suspect 1 is now on his mobile phone.
He's just looked at us, but whether he's dropped us or not.
Yeah, see, confirm suspect 2.
Someone in a pub had dropped a firearm in a pub and had picked it up and sort of tucked it back up their sleeve. There was an observation running, and we were able to assist in the containment and the observation.
The man is not alone. He has a friend nearby.
Second subject is now exited in a grey jumper following.
That'll be him. This guy here in the grey apparently handed this chap a gun. I'll speak to the duty officer there, see if you want.
Confirm suspect 2, is he still stood at the junction?
Yes, with other members of the public. Over.
If he rejoins suspect 1, we will wait till they both move off. If he moves away from the venue, we will put a stop in on both suspects 1 and 2 for information.
99's pilot, Captain Anderson, is ex-military and used to seeing firearms, but not in central London.
It's not a war zone. Quite a normal day. It was, people going about their own business, and it's just a bizarre situation, really. You don't really expect to come across that, do you?
No. Yeah, there he goes. Number 2's on the move. And they do know each other, don't they? Marvellous. Should we go for a walk, this
Please put the block in, please.
There we go.
Nice.
The two men don't know it, but they are now surrounded by armed police, codenamed Trojans. But is it safe to move in?
Go northbound, West Footway, over.
About 100 metres. Copy.
It's extremely dangerous. It was a main road in the middle of the day. There were people there, there were kids, there were all sorts going on, and the Trojan team just had to get in there fast.
Left, where you are now. Left.
Nice. No. What have you got in your back pocket, mate? Come on, you there's something on you. 50k hard stop gone in on the 2 suspects. Not on.
It was dynamic, it was hard, it was a very hard stop. They were detained forcefully because one of them did carry a gun. I think the public didn't realise what was going on, and our priority is to get people safe as swiftly as possible.
It's on CCTV.
The arrests were so swift that the man had no time to get the handgun from his sleeve. It fell out.
Looks like a Glock, doesn't it? It's like a job gun. Yeah, it's come off the suspect. Good. Just buzz it now. Next time you look up and you see a helicopter hovering right next to you, mate. They were cool as mustard, those two. You just didn't think, would you? You wouldn't have known just to look at them. He's an old school flanger, isn't he? He's going to go and do a job. Hey, what did it say? 10 years for a firearm.
Station control, have you got a reference number for the video footage there, please?
We'll get it copied and you can come and collect it.
Yeah, we'll pop along later, thank you very much.
That, gentlemen, is how we do that. And that is how we do that.
Can you pass on our thanks, please, to Computer 13 for the good work doing it firearms?
Mutual Appreciation Society.
In East London, the police are also having problems with gunmen. Not armed robbers, but poachers who've been killing the wild deer who roam in Dagenham Park. High-powered silenced rifles are being used, and local residents report a dwindling herd.
There's been a lot of poaching in this area for these deer, and now I should have estimated about between 70 and 80 left here, you know. Well, I've found parts of the body where they've been shooting them and that. And, you know, I'm just fighting a losing battle, really.
And so are the local police, who've been after the armed poachers for months. The parklands are too large, and it's impossible to get bobbies on the beat in the right place at the right time.
Lewis and Rachel, if you can go to Sheffield Drive, basically is to cover the exit points in case there is someone in here.
So they're calling in the Sky Cops to try and catch the deer hunters from the air.
Yeah, it was safe.
Just had a county road. There's 2 males
At the park at the moment shooting
deer.
Yeah, it was safe.
It shows you, doesn't it? We've been trying to go there dusk and dawn to get them, and they're out there now.
Deer were getting shot by people, presumably to be eaten, I can only guess. And being a bit of an animal lover, I was more than happy to go over there and just see if we can find these guys in the act.
By calling in the air support unit, the local police are not only making life easier for themselves, they're also taking themselves out of the line of fire.
The ASU was the only feasible and viable method I could find to actually monitor who was in the park at any particular time. You can't put officers out into the woods when there's someone out there with a high-velocity rifle.
Even from the air, it's a daunting task.
All right, we're just about coming overhead now.
They're obviously not down in these fields with the deer in them, are they? No. Somebody walking in there?
There was lots of dog walkers in the area and kids, and high-powered weapons in the open can be dangerous. You never know what you're going to hit.
Like a huge flock of deer, isn't it? Or whatever you have of deer.
A herd of deer, I think.
A herd, yes, not a flock.
It's not just deer the poachers are shooting, they're killing dogs too.
There was a herd of 400, it's down to 80.
Can we assist with the van? We're 8:30
And they're shooting dogs as well, because they're seeing them in the light, they're seeing red eyes and they're just shooting.
I might have just got a glimpse of something. Reference to 2 plainclothes guys. The object is actually just in the trees, just about there. Have a quick look on thermal, because you might see... It's a man with a dog, isn't it? Oh, yeah. Oh.
Even for the Sky Cops and their thermal imaging camera, this is a big ask.
Nothing jumping out of me, I'm afraid.
No. Yeah, from 99, I'm afraid we're completely with no trace for you. We've done the whole open area, really.
These people have either gone underground or slipped out before we could get into the manor.
If you get any more sightings, we'll come straight back.
We spent a good amount of time there just searching plenty of deer, but unfortunately, on this occasion, no suspects.
the Sky Cops base, PC Tartaglia is making copies of the footage from the Camden arrest of the man who had a gun up his sleeve. These are the officers who disarmed him and arrested his friend.
I mean, they haven't even had time to react, have they? Straight on the floor. It's really good.
He's got it. Yeah. And this side of his sleeve, because I've pulled
it's up his sleeve.
I've took hold of that arm and pulled him through the ground with nothing in his hand.
Right.
And then when they went into handcuff him, that's fallen down from the back of his hand. Because they said it could easily fall on the other side.
Well, you see, it's available for his immediate use, isn't it? So I wonder if they were going to go and use it then. I mean, it's possible. I mean, he's got a bag. Why doesn't he not put it in the bag? Great. Can we have a copy of that? Is it?
Yeah, sure.
We've got a copy.
Yeah,
brilliant. Good.
The Sky Cops have another case involving guns to deal with. A warship this time, sailing up the Thames under threat from anti-war campaigners. It's a Belgian frigate, here for an international arms exhibition in London's Docklands.
Our role today is to make sure that the vessels get safely into the Thames and to prevent any protesters causing any difficulty or entering the lock to impede the warship's progress.
I can see the warship just leaving left of the cell centre.
It's something that's going to be televised, it's going to be high publicity, high priority. We're on to the channels with the Marine Support Unit. They can actually receive our downlink in their command boat as well, so they get a good overview.
Yeah, India 99 from Bronze 5.
What in control receiving India 99?
Yeah, could you have a good look from Excel all the way out to staging side, please, both sides, just to make sure it's clear of any protester activity.
What in control, India 99?
Even though it's a warship with all the armament and weapons that it's got, it can't do anything with them in peacetime. And our job was to film the route ahead and check behind, check all oncoming boats, check the riverbanks, things like that, to give them some kind of protection.
There's a river bombing down north of the city runway as well. They've got a way to go.
India 99, thank you. Bronze 5 out.
You've just got to keep your level of vigilance up, because if you relax and someone slips through, then that's where you've let everybody down. So, you know, a quiet shift is a good shift sometimes. And it's immeasurable. You don't know what you've prevented. There may well have been people waiting to do something. They've seen the aircraft, they've seen the boats, they've seen the ground presence, and they've been deterred. And you can't really measure the deterrent value of the aircraft.
At the Air Support Unit, PC Tartaglia is trying to get the measure of the deer hunters and the danger they pose.
The problem with it is that they're in possession of unlawful firearms, so if anyone's around, you know, if they've shot dogs instead of deer and it's dark, who else, you know, who knows what they're going to shoot next? We've been popping backwards and forwards the last few days, so nothing so far, which I suppose is a good thing for the deer.
Unless, of course, the poachers have managed to remain undetected.
7 miles to run on a bearing of 088. Oh, look at that. That is cracker, isn't it? That is the sunset and a half, isn't it? It's been tangoed.
It's believed the suspects are parking their vehicles there, they're making their way across the parkland.
Yeah, also.
These deer, are they belonging to anyone in particular, or are they just wild ones?
Belong to the Queen. Call committed at that, it's close enough. I've got the fox cubs. Oh, quick, call Bill Oddie.
Bill Oddie won't help. And the crew of 99 are starting to realise just how much money can be made from poaching deer.
I bought 8 legs of venison, Mick. 60 quid, do you reckon that's too dear? Yeah, it's way too dear, that.
Sorry, you lost me there for a second. No, that's not bad, actually.
Not getting out.
And it's also time to call it a day.
Well, Tactical Commander, I can't see no people with no guns. No, neither can I. What do we got? What are you, a 9 o'clock pilot, Captain?
Why would you want to go home?
Because I've got a wife and a screaming kid at home.
Exactly, why would you want to go home?
And no pub.
No pub.
Passenger seats down, primary and back.
East London, police undercover officers are after a man in a car. A Bobby on the beat believes he saw him loading a machine gun into the boot of his car.
Yes, indeed, 99. We've got an unmarked vehicle following a red Volkswagen Polo. The occupants of the vehicle are believed to be in possession of a firearm, namely an MP5.
MP, that's all received.
An MP5 is a high-powered submachine gun capable of firing 13 rounds a second.
Particularly for updates, the vehicle is now London-bound on the A4.
The challenge for the Sky Cops is to find the car and find it quickly. The unmarked police unit has slowed down to avoid being spotted by the suspect.
Do you know what sort of car it was, Simon? It's a red Golf.
Red Golf, and they're probably
coming towards us.
Coming towards Hanger Lane.
got a red card on the hatches.
With a lot of red Golfs and red vans and cars, it can be quite tricky.
Okay, come down, Chris.
We were able to hone in on the road. It's virtually impossible sometimes to actually distinguish car types just with the naked eye.
From Indy 99, yeah, I think we've got the red VW. It's lane 1 of 3.
When you're looking for a car chase, looking out the window gives you a much wider perspective, and obviously your eyes pick up something that's moving a bit faster than other things.
Yeah, I've got it. That's it. So we're on it, right? Okay, come down.
Yeah, we were fortunate in that case.
The Sky Cops may have the red VW on camera, but they can't see a way of stopping it.
Get 334. We'll overhead this, as you're probably aware. Just wondering how far behind you are.
About 2 miles away from the vehicle. Was our last update location?
Everything's a bit more serious all of a sudden, so that was a concern really that, yeah, we weren't going to get there and put the stop in time.
And so where is he now, Dave?
He's the first one of the bunch, so he's out and ahead.
Units from Indy 99, I've got your blues now.
That's the first car coming up now.
Yep. Jeez, pretty much.
Only the Sky Cops are able to give the total picture of what is unfolding on the dual carriageway and feed the information to their colleagues below.
MP from Indy 99, the vehicle is still travelling northbound, and there are 2 units behind it now.
Yes, that is received, thank you.
In an instance like this where the suspects were believed to be armed, we're more likely to be able to detect what's going on in and outside the vehicle than they are, particularly in the darkness. However, our main role as the ground commander is to manage the pursuit and ensure the safety of the public, but at the same time try and ensure that the suspect's detained.
MP from Indy 99, the stop's going in now. Vicinity of Garston Park, still on the M1 northbound.
This is the point where everyone in India 99 wishes they were 1,000 feet below.
The adrenaline's running, and it's quite an exciting job. Sometimes I wish I was actually down on the ground, yeah. But there's other times I'm quite happy to be slightly detached from all.
334 Indy 99.
Good, over.
It looks like you got it all in hand there. We're a bit low on fuel, so it's okay with you. We'll leave and get some more of it.
It's all received, there is a firearm in the back, it's a good one. Many thanks, 99.
Excellent, well done. We'll be leaving it 99 out.
Indy 99, thank you for your assistance.
Happy? Yeah.
Master shift.
Another day and another aircrew refuels. Themselves. They face the next 12 hours as London Sky Cops.
I'd give it an 8, apart from the eggs, which I'm not sure about. It's a good start to the day. It looks like that stuff you put on your roof to stop insulation.
Breakfast will have to wait. Men with weapons are at it again. The deer hunters are back.
Secure in front, clear to the left.
This time, the local police at Dagenham Park have a confirmed sighting. Men with high-powered rifles are on the ground.
Can you just fly a little bit faster, Dave, if possible?
And Safe Street is 4840.
And deer are dying. For once, the Sky Cops worry that they might be at risk. a target in the front line.
You sometimes have a little bit of an intake of breath. Some of these rifles were very long barrel, big silencers, big telescopic sights. You know they're high power. There's always the out chance that they might be used against you. It probably wouldn't make any difference because of the distance that we were, but it does make you stop and think sometimes when you see things like that.
Now they've been seen with the firearms, we'd be wrong to go in there and approach them without the backup of armed support.
Receive 199.
Backup is on the way. As the deer hunters load up, the armed police Trojan units are already heading for the location.
How far away is the OV? Yeah, good. We just 812 junction 406 at this time.
And more hunters are appearing.
These two, both IC1, both in camouflage clothing, both carrying shotguns. They've got 4 IC1s, all armed and all with camouflage clothing.
Oversee, thank you.
From 99, Land Rover's now on the move, 2 up.
99 from Kilo Delta 1, where are the weapons? Or we didn't see where they put them.
Didn't see where they put the weapons going over. They were all long barrel, so I'm assuming either back seat or boot. You've still got 2.
The armed Trojan units are at a loss. This is too far off the usual beaten track.
Yeah, that's received. We're at low night close, we'll be there shortly over.
511 got your visual, keep going forward and the road should bear off to the right hand side and it becomes a rutted track after that and you should see them ahead of you. It looks like they're going to pick up these other 2, it's slowing next to them, front seat passengers conversing with the 2.
84, I've got some information for 99. The 2 males on foot have permission to be there.
The 2 with permission are part of an organised deer cult. But the Sky Cops and the Trojan officers can't take anything for granted. These are powerful and lethal weapons and must be made safe.
Kilo Delta, the plan at the moment is I've asked all 4 people to put their guns on the ground in the vision of 99 and await for the ARV to arrive on the scene.
And the armed police trampling through the undergrowth have no idea what they are walking into.
Yeah, received as we speak. The chap on the phone has now placed his gun on the ground and the chap with the rifle is also complying.
2 of the people on the ground out of the 4 were actually in direct contact via a mobile phone with one of the sergeants who was running the job. So he was basically relaying to them where to put the guns to actually stand away from them. We then relayed that information to the armed units.
They've placed 1 heavily silenced rifle on the ground as well, and the other chap's also putting another one down, so it does look like they're complying.
Ethan Trojan, we're just out on foot. The road's ended, we've got 2 dogs with us and 8 officers.
So we described exactly where the guns were placed and made sure that they were aware that where the guns were, because obviously as you're walking towards long grass, you can't see where they are. Confirmed that all the people had complied and that it was relatively safe to approach. You never write it off as a low risk. It's always going to be high or unknown because you just don't know what's going to happen.
Trojan from 99, you should possibly have start to get a visual now as you go through that. It's directly ahead of you. You'll see them on the pathway.
Kilo Delta, just spoken to the team on site. All 4 weapons should now be on the ground. They're waiting for the Trojan unit arrival.
With the area secure and armed officers in command, the Sky Cops head back to base and breakfast.
From 99, Trojan now making direct contact with all 4 of the gentlemen.
Go ahead, over.
Are you happy for us to depart?
No, I'm more than happy. Thank you very much for your time and assistance, over.
Went out numerous times and just kept searching, but we had a good result in the end on that one. It is something a bit different. It's adds to the variety of it all.
The deer hunters were not charged with any offences. When the police searched the boot of the red VW, they found 2 weapons. Both were capable of firing only ball bearings. No further action was taken. The pistol which fell from the man's sleeve in Camden was an imitation firearm. The man and his friend accepted a police caution. The 81-year-old and his dog were none the worse for their ordeal. The runaway driver, who hid on the roof before being arrested by a dog handler, was jailed for a day and banned from driving for 2 months.
Policing in the 21st century is a relentless battle against violence, drugs, robbery and organised crime.
Keep still now.
And it's not just our inner city cops who are in the firing line. Tonight on Brick Cops Frontline Crime, drugs raids, violent arrests, high-speed chasers and drug-crazed lunatics.
They've arrested God. It's over.
It's the late night shift in Pembrokeshire, West Wales, and police have been called to a neighbourhood dispute that has spiralled into a full-blown row.
Hey. You better arrest.
Fucking move now! Arrest, just move!
Move! Me again, you'll be arrested.
PC Andrew Hamid has arrived to find that although police are already on the scene, one young woman is kicking off.
Yeah, we had a call about half an hour ago. The report was that a resident at number 25 had directed racist abuse at a young lad just across the road. We came to try and speak to the offending party. She refused to open the door.
Whilst the woman is persuaded out, it's her daughter who's causing all the trouble.
Calm down and go back inside.
Fuck off.
Hey, don't swear at me, okay?
No language, right? Speak a bit English, will you?
I am speaking English to you. And a bit of
PC Steve Rogers steps in to take control.
Get in the house. In the house, please. Do you want to get in the house?
Don't touch me, not a cop.
Yes, I am.
He is a cop.
Get in.
the house, please.
If this young lady doesn't back down, she's going to be spending the night in a cell. Down towards Pembroke Dock, and PC's Paddy Dwayne and Mark East are called to a possible break-in at a remote leisure complex. They have no idea what to expect. The alarm is still going off. While PC Dwayne radios for backup, Mark East investigates. In the amusement arcade, there could be large quantities of cash. This could be a robbery in progress. With backup miles away and armed with little more than his torch and his wits, PC Mark East cautiously inspects the property and discovers a broken window. Does he wait for backup or go on his own, unarmed, into the darkened complex? Suddenly, he catches something in the beam of his torch.
There is one in there.
It looks like a body. They go in, and as backup arrives, they discover the body is in fact a man asleep on the floor. PT Dwayne questions him.
Which way have you come in this building?
Just through them doors.
You've just kicked it in?
I threw a bin and it just fell easy.
He says he's thrown a bin at it and then he's just come in.
It's just one sleepy-looking drunk.
Just up it.
It appears that he was having a kip under the fruit machines.
The male now has broken into the property here, and this is where we have found him, by these bandits here. One of the officers seen him through the window. The property has been checked, and none of the coin machines have been touched. And from what he's saying, he's walked from Tenby to Pembroke, and it's quite a distance. And it's raining, and he's decided to break in here to go to sleep.
On another emergency call is PC Simon Butler. He's on the trail of a man who's gone missing from a farm near Haverfordwest.
It's a reported missing person who left his house at about 9 o'clock last night now to go and bail out some water from a boat of his which is on the river about 10 minutes away from their house, and he hasn't been seen since and hasn't returned home. So his partner's rang in now concerned for his welfare.
In torrential rain, the man has been missing for some time. They must assume the worst. A tracking dog is called in. They could be searching for a body. As PC Butler talks to the worried wife, PC Edwards and his dog begin to search the surrounding outbuildings. It's now gone 2 a.m. and the man has been missing for 5 hours. There may be suspicious circumstances, so they must be thorough. At any point, they could make a grisly discovery.
Nothing yet. And everywhere we go in, there just doesn't seem to be any scent to draw the dog in either. If there was a chap in here, then you'd expect him to get drawn in with a human scent that would be in there. But no luck at the moment. We'll just keep on going.
Don't look at me like that, you poo.
Back with the neighbours from hell, the police are bringing in the woman accused of shouting racial abuse.
Go inside.
Sorry for stops.
It's a popular move with the rest of the street.
Been in the house, is she?
As tempers run high, it's all the cops can do to keep a lid on things.
Hey, do us a favour, just arrest him. I would have done for fucking punch him with them. I would have arrested for
The girl is arrested and she's not short on threats.
You know at the end of it, Carl, I'm gonna fucking kill you when I get on it.
The female in the back of the car now, she's been arrested on suspicion of a racially aggravated public order offence. Oh, tell you what, just wait down there for me. And the delightful daughter up the road there, she's been arrested for a public order offence also.
Even our cameraman comes under attack.
Get that camera away. I'll end up headbutting him.
We just convey the two of them down to Haverford Police Station where they're going to be interviewed.
And it's not just the neighbours who have a problem with the delightful daughter. Now even her own brother wants to make a complaint of assault.
They'll be dealt with for assault as well. Here we are, we'll contact you then. Yeah, no problem. And we'll get statements from you.
We had our duty sergeant to speak to the female and she was arrested, but we had more information that he want to make an allegation of assault now against her, so a statement will be obtained from him and she'll be interviewed in relation to the assault as well.
Back at the manhunt, and the tracking dog is nearing the end of its search of the farm's outbuildings.
The bloke's been gone a good 6 hours, so as far as the scent goes, we're not going to find an awful lot. But if he's in the buildings, the dog would have scented in by now. But still, we've still got to search it by hand just in case.
3 police officers and a tracking dog have conducted a thorough search of the man's house and surrounding area. It's time to call for backup. Coming up, a massive haul of cash shows up in a drugs raid.
But that is full of 20s. Absolutely full.
A drunk and his disabled girlfriend cause havoc on and off a train after a day out on the vodka.
Okay.
And the RAF are scrambled in the hunt for the missing boatman. In West Wales, an emergency call has come in. PC Justin Williams is on duty. A man has gone berserk on a train and the driver is concerned for the safety of his passengers.
Basically, had a treble 9 call. It is a male person on a train at Kilgetty, which is about 5 miles away, and there's obviously some incident has occurred there, and he's threatened the guard with violence.
The train is held at the station waiting for the police to arrive. It doesn't take long to identify the suspect.
Yeah. I can see the obvious problem now.
Ah, yeah.
What exactly has happened then?
He's been very boisterous all the way from leaving Carmarthen.
Right.
He's shouting down the train, just effing and blinding, and I've had a couple of quiet words with him, polite words.
Right.
And eventually he's called me a cunt. He said, you and me outside now at Kilgetty and I'm going to fucking fill you in, etc. And I'm not having that on my train.
From your point of view, is it just a case you want him off the train? Would you be happy to go to court?
I would, yeah, definitely.
Yeah, okie dokie. Jump off the train for me a second, please.
He's coming back from...
Come off the train. Go off the train and let's have a chat with you.
Temby, come on then.
mind yourself now. Come out here and let's have a chat with you.
Whoa, 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 whoa. What's that? What's this I got? Can you hold that, please?
No, I'm not holding it.
Right, well,
It's clear what the problem is, but there's more to this than just a drunk man.
Right.
She only got one leg. Well, I got a disabled partner.
Right, okay.
All right.
But there's also families and people on the train who shouldn't have to put up with behaviour like this, isn't there? Come over to the bus shelter here and we'll have a chat with you, all right? To the
Samantha,
shelter.
have you got all our bags left?
Is it just you two?
Samantha. Samantha.
That's everyone,
have
is
you
it?
got all our bags?
The first thing the officers need to do is get the man sat down and calmed down, but he's not entirely happy.
2226.
Okay, what's your full name?
You see why now, mate?
What's your home address? Right, we'll let you carry on. We'll sort him out and we'll be in touch. All right, yeah, no problem. Yeah, no, that's fine. Perfectly understandable. Yeah, great. Thank you. Cheers.
Hold on.
Dawn is breaking and the search for the missing man is now being treated as a major incident. It's now 10 hours since the man went missing. The dog search of the farm buildings has found nothing, and it's been discovered that his boat has gone from its mooring. Hopes are fading and his wife is distraught.
The gentleman was last seen at about 9 o'clock last night when he walked down a short distance to a boat he has moored on the river in order to bail it out of rainwater. And hasn't been seen since. Basically, he's normally about 20 or 30 minutes doing that. We have been down and checked and the boat isn't there anymore, so we've contacted the Coast Guards who are coming up, and a dog handler also who's been here searching out buildings, and we're just awaiting the arrival also now of the RAF Sea King, which is going to come up and do a search on the river.
The Coast Guard has been notified and backup has been called for. As they wait for the RAF to arrive, every minute that passes could be a matter of life and death.
We're just going back down to the riverside now where the boat was moored, just to see if there's any sign of it now. We've got daylight, as it was quite dark when we were there before. We didn't have a very good view about, so just to see if there's any sign of the boat in the area there now.
They revisit the spot where the missing man's boat was originally moored in the hope that daylight will provide a vital clue.
Yeah, the boat was moored at the end of the rope you can see leading out towards the channel there, and they just pull it in by hand in order to get onto the boat, and then obviously it just stays out sitting on the water when they're not using it, and it's just anchored into the ground here, and that's the mooring they use for the boat, so where it's gone from. So we're just waiting on the helicopter is here now, starting its search in the distance.
The RAF Sea King gets on with the search. Now a vast area can be covered in minutes. Near Pembroke Dock, the drugs targeting team are in action. They're fully kitted up and on their way to execute a warrant. This is a follow-up call after a man was caught in possession of a staggering £5,000 worth of drugs. Now it's time to search his mum's house to see if there's any more. PC Steve Rogers is already on the scene, leading the inquiry. He will leave no stone unturned.
Arrested with about 5 grams worth of drugs on him, and there was about £10,000 worth of money in his bank account that he couldn't account for. Now, he was interviewed recently for the financial investigation, and he failed to give a proper account really for the money that he had in his bank. We anticipate that there may be some contamination issues with either him keeping money at the address or keeping drugs at the address.
Under a new law, the Proceeds of Crime Act, if police suspect that money or even property has a link to crime, they can confiscate it.
Yeah.
As the sniffer dog searches outside the house, inside officers hit the jackpot. They turn up a large haul of rolled up £20 notes in his mum's locked safe.
I've emptied your safe of its entirety.
As well?
The lot.
Oh, what? When I get my money back? I know I don't give a fuck about someone about my money.
Depends where it's come from.
It makes no difference if some of it is hers. Under the new Act, if she can't provide a good explanation for where it comes from, then it could be related to crime. She's taken in for questioning.
Well, she's been arrested now on suspicion of money laundering, and CID are going to carry on with the investigation this afternoon.
PC Rogers is pleased with his results.
That is full of bundles of 20s. That's not for showing, because it's for an impending Crown Court case. But that is full of 20s. Absolutely full. And it belongs to her son. She's got some explaining to do on tape, and then we'll have to get him back in now and see what he can say about it.
Although no drugs were found, the new law is a powerful weapon in the fight against illegal drugs, and PC Rogers leaves far from empty-handed.
Drugs were negative, but however we have proved that our suspicions were right, and there was some link to him at that address, and that is a lot of money. So it's quite interesting for us, and it's the first one that I've done for Proceeds of Crime Act, so I'm quite looking forward to get him in an interview and see what he's got to say about it all.
Back down by the river, and hopes are fading for the missing man. This is now a full-scale manhunt, with other patrols, the Coast Guard and the RAF on the case. And then PC Butler receives a call which changes everything.
Yeah, I take it he's safe and well on his boat. I've just heard the gentleman's been located now on his boat in Black Tar, having apparently rowed down there, but not having told his partner before he was going, so at least he's safe and well now, and we know where he is, so that's the end of the job.
Hours of searching and a huge mobilisation of police resources, all because one man decided to take a spontaneous midnight cruise. He's not going to be popular with the police or his wife. At Kilgetty Station, more backup has arrived to assist PC Williams, but it still might not be enough.
This is what they fucking do, right? This is what they fucking do.
Okay.
You bastard!
Stay down there, stay down. Yeah.
Why the fuck do you do this?
It's all too clear why the driver wanted him off the train. And now that he is, the train's not hanging around.
Right, what I want you to do...
Please film
Right, what I want you to do is...
Please film my girlfriend.
Right, pass it your arm.
Your girlfriend's
A bit more backup and he's finally restrained.
Right.
And it turns out this might not be his first run-in with the law.
Friend's fine.
I tell you what,
just calm down.
I tell you what, in all my 18 years, right, of fighting you bastards, right? 18 years, not fighting you boys, 18 years of my crime, right?
All right?
No.
Yeah. Right, you can take it to your feet now, all right?
In all my 18 years, right?
Vehicle, do you want to So, have you got room in yours?
To do that.
No, okay, yeah, that's fine.
You just refer like you bastard, you cunt.
The chap had obviously been causing problems on the train, being abusive to the guard and passengers. As soon as we got him off the train, as you can see, he became aggressive, kicked off. Luckily enough, we had some other units on the way as well, so he was restrained with a bit of a struggle. Yeah, the girlfriend was obviously with the person who's been arrested. She's obviously quite upset. She's calmed down a bit now. The stepfather's coming to pick her up. He'll just go straight to a cell due to his demeanour at the moment. Leave a few hours to calm down and maybe sober up, and he'll be dealt with accordingly then. It may be the case he'll be dealt with by British Transport Police actually, because the offence has actually taken place on their property. When I spoke to the girlfriend, she had a carrier bag full of bottles of spirits. It was a large vodka bottle which was only had about a quarter left in it, so I think they had a good day on the vodka basically, so I think that's a lot to answer for.
Back in the station, the suspected drugs dealer has been brought in. He's got some explaining to do about the huge wodge of cash found at his mum's house. DC Dale Scriven is determined to get to the bottom of it.
Basically, we've got two exhibits. The blue bag here contains what we believe is about £5,000 in cash in sterling notes. This money's been seized. We can be expecting the suspect to account for it, as I feel there may be a link to the drugs and this money. And so it's going to be his opportunity today to give me an explanation for it.
The Proceeds of Crime Act allows police to seize and investigate money that could be ill-gotten, and this huge haul of cash is very suspicious.
Because that quantity of drugs were found, that's the problem. If there's no drugs found, well, it's cash, isn't it? You know, but with the drugs. Right, so we'll look forward into the black box. We'll just take a photo with you. We're done. Good, we're done. There we are, thank you, mate. That's it, mate. You bail sheets, haven't you?
Yeah, I got it, yeah.
Suspect has basically told me that the bag contains approximately £10,000 in cash. It was a gift, for want of a better word, from his dad the start of last year from a mortgage settlement, which he's kept as a deposit for a new house. I wish my dad was as nice as that to me, but that's something I'll be looking into now over the next few weeks.
The police will check his story very thoroughly. Coming up, a high-speed car chase on the roads of Wales. Police take on drug dealers the old-fashioned way. And is it the last journey for a very special moped?
What's the name of the bike? What do you call it? Benny. Right, Benny will be sorted, mate, all right?
The war against drugs is a relentless battle, and with their sweeping coastlines and sprawling towns, Welsh police are on the front line. At Pembroke Dock Police Station, PC Rogers and his team are in a briefing for their second drug warrant of the day.
There's two people living at the address, and the two targets in essence. There's a male and there's a female. The male is supposed to be one of the largest dealers of ecstasy in the council estate, and his partner then is also assisting him in hiding the drugs within the premises. So we've got a warrant for the address. So with a bit of luck, we will find some stuff there now this evening, because the intelligence I've got is quite reliable.
Intelligence has informed Rogers that there may be children on the premises, so he's opted for a gentle approach. The team, fully kitted in method of entry gear, hold back. PC Rogers goes ahead alone. His aim is to explain to the target that it's in her and her children's interest to let the police in quietly. She lets him in without a problem.
I'm a police officer from Pembroke Dock Police Station, okay? And basically we've come here to have a look to see if there's any drugs in the house, that's all.
Only the woman is at home and not the suspected dealer. Now the task is to search for drugs.
I hope he hasn't run off.
In Carmarthen, Sergeant Sean Richards has been called in to help two special constables who've got their hands full dealing with a suspected drink driver on a scooter.
You young man, you all right?
I don't think I really am I?
Well, I don't know. Have you had a drink?
Yes, I have.
Right, okay.
I've had quite a few drinks as well.
Okay. This officer is going to give you a breathalyzer now, okay? Take a weight off your legs, you mate.
That will really be necessary
Have
because I'm absolutely shit-faced.
Okay, have a sit down on the wall there, right? Take the weight off.
I'd rather not. I'd rather just
lean against the wall, because I'd like to contain you, I would.
Having colourfully admitted he's over the limit, one blow in the breathalyzer confirms his go straight to jail card.
Keep it going. Keep it going. Keep it going. Marvellous.
You've made it. Right. It works on a traffic light system. Right? Pass, warn, fail. It's immediately going to fail. You're under arrest for excess alcohol. Okay?
But despite the red light, this young man is more concerned about his scooter than his arrest.
Can you just park my bike, please?
We'll sort the bike out in a couple of seconds.
No worries. Right, we'll sort it out now.
I don't want to lose my bike.
We won't lose it. I'll make sure.
We'll take the bike in with us, okay? If you've got to come back, we'll make sure the bike comes back.
I only live down there.
Okay, we'll take.
Have you got keys to that address on you?
Yes.
Because the officers will take it down for you. Okay?
Please just park it outside by the road.
But we won't do that. We'll take it.
The officers
Listen now,
will allow it. Can I walk it down there, please?
No, you're under arrest
now. You're under arrest.
This is where it's going to go now, Nick. These officers will walk this back to the station. I'm not happy to leave your bike on the side of the road, okay? Because you're giving me.
Ben is my
exactly.
joy.
That's right. Right, and we'll look after you. You'll come out of the station, and when you're released, then you'll be handed it, okay?
there.
Nothing will convince him that his scooter is in safe hands. He has to be dragged away from it.
Right. It'll be safe now at the nick, right, because it'll be parked there on the back, okay?
In.
Jump in the car now.
In you go now.
Into the car.
Right, can you just let
Come
go
on.
of... Let go of me.
Into the
I'm not
car
gonna
now.
run off.
No, I know.
In the car.
In the
No,
car now.
stop.
Look at the front brake with the...
Into the car. It's coming to the police station.
And it seems that the bond between man and machine goes very deep. He's even got a name for it.
What's the name of the bike? What do you call it? Benny. Right, Benny will be sorted, mate, all right? No worries, you take care now.
So it's off to the station for Benny and his drunken driver. Back at Pembroke Dock, and the woman has handed over a small amount of herbal cannabis, but PC Steve Rogers is not going to be put off that easily.
We're going to get the dog in now to have another thorough examination of the house, and then I'll do some inquiries then with regards to the occupier as to see which way is the best way to deal with the person involved, whether or not she can have a cannabis warning or whether or not she's already past that stage and she'll have to be arrested. I'm looking for Class A drugs. What normally happens is they always hand over the least amount of drugs that they've got, and hopefully to put us off the scent. So I'm hoping to find a little bit more in here now with a bit of luck. So we'll just crack on and do the search now.
Further round the coast in Llanelli, dog handler PC Ian Muckle is on his way to execute another drugs warrant.
It's a terraced house, two-storey. The female believed to be dealing in heroin. So we've got a number of vehicles now to tenant the address, and as I say, we'll execute the warrant and see if we can find something.
With all drugs warrants, it's crucial to force entry as rapidly as possible before the target can ditch their drugs. But the PVC door is absorbing the shock of the battering ram.
Please!
They finally enter the property. Out on the A48, and 3 patrol cars are chasing a fugitive driver on the run. He's not going to stop for anyone.
Subject vehicle is now under the flyover, speed 90, lane 2.
2 of the chasing cars manage to manoeuvre in front of him to block his path. But he is travelling at such high speeds that they're forced to let him pass dangerously on the inside. If this madman isn't stopped soon, he could cause a serious pile-up. They've got in front of him, and this time he's not getting by.
02, move in. Stop, stop, stop.
After high-speed, skillful manoeuvring, they finally got their man. But this is a training exercise. They're practicing a tactic known as the T-Pack manoeuvre. 2 police vehicles block off both lanes in front, driving slightly slower than the fleeing vehicle. They then effectively box in the rogue vehicle, forcing it to come slowly and safely to a standstill. Back in Llanelli, PC Ian Muckle is bringing in the sniffer dog. He takes care to ensure the dog doesn't cut its paws on the broken glass. But disappointingly, no drugs were found.
She was in the kitchen when the officers went in, so she had a few seconds to get rid of anything she had. So if she did get rid of it, I would have imagined it had gone down the sink with her. The boys took a bit of getting into the door.
But at the drugs warrant in Pembroke Dock, there has been more success. The woman target has already given up her cannabis, and now she's informed the team there are Class A drugs in her car.
Oh, there's maybe it's in film wrapped in there. She's told us that there's something in the car.
Having found the drugs, it is now dog handler PC Andy Edwards' job to give the car a thorough search.
They've already recovered an e-tablet from the car, just one e-tablet that she said that was in there. So Bruce, we'll try searching the car now with the dog, see if there's any answer in there.
You need to be watching him all the time like that now when he's on the glove box. You can see if there's a bit of interest there, you'll need to open the glove box for him to get in and maybe investigate a bit further. So if you don't watch him all the time, you won't know has he been all the way around the vehicle or not. But the little dog is pretty good as he's 10 years of age now. He's been doing this for a long time. So if there's stuff in here, yeah, he should find it.
Near their headquarters in Carmarthen, training continues for the advanced drivers of Dyfed-Powys Police Force. They are perfecting an important tool for stopping dangerous drivers. The Stinger. PC Colin Jones explains how it works.
Fire runs over the spikes. It's a slow deflation, controlled deflation, because the spikes are hollow. And it just lets it out nice and slow to bring it to a controlled stop.
The skill is pulling it out of the way of the pursuing patrol car.
Yeah, they managed to get that out then in time.
To get the Stinger under the tyres of a speeding car is harder than it looks. It's easy to be too slow off the mark. Here the Stinger just clipped the back wheel of the car. But practice makes perfect. And he's got it spot on. That criminal wouldn't have gone far. Having persuaded the drunk scooter rider to part with his pride and joy, Sergeant Richards takes him to the station for booking.
There was a gentleman riding a moped around town. He'd fallen off once. The special saw him in Catherine Street. Saw or could smell that he had been drinking. We were called, we attended. He admitted to me that he consumed alcohol. And I conducted a roadside breath test, which proved positive. He was arrested, and here he is.
In the car park, Benny the scooter is being well looked after.
Is Benny safe, right?
Yes, Benny's at the back, they're locked up, that's in the custody area. And he's safe as houses, and we're there waiting for you. It's the best scenario, the only one who's got injured is Benny, yeah?
But as humorous as it is that this gentleman has named his scooter, Sergeant Richards needs to have more stern words with the drink driver.
Give you some idea how drunk you are, okay, for driving.
Oh, I've had a couple of
right?
beers.
The limit is 35, right? And you've blown 102.
Yes.
You've blown twice and we take the lowest reading.
Yes.
You've blown 102.
Yes.
You're a real danger to yourself on that bike. And other road users, but mainly to yourself.
Oh, yes.
You know what I mean? Let us be a lesson to you now, all right? Okay? I mean, you'll be dealt with this by court, okay? And you'll probably get a ban or something. The court will decide that. But how you behave from then on is down to you, right, after tonight, okay? But bear in mind, you think the world of that bike, by all accounts, right? You've trashed it tonight. Yeah, all right, it's repairable, but luckily you haven't trashed yourself and you haven't trashed anybody else, okay? What you choose to do to your own body, right, by drinking and driving, it's up to you. But think of everybody else as well, okay? And you're breaking the law.
Drive.
Exactly. All right? No worries, mate. No worries, take it easy, all right?
With the suspect locked up to sober up, all that's left for Sergeant Richards is to check on Benny.
So Benny's safe. It's a pity you won't be able to ride it for a year. Never mind, you can spend a lot of time washing it.
As the drug squad continues to search inside the property at Pembroke Dock, Andy Edwards and his dog are nearly done inspecting the car. For PC Steve Rogers, it's been a positive result.
Yeah, we found a little bit of amphet in the house. We've also found in the car one ecstasy tablet. And as I said earlier on, that little bit of cannabis. So because she has got young kids, I made arrangements for her to come in now on Sunday. Then she'll be arrested and then she'll be dealt with accordingly then and see what happens then.
It's been a long day for PC Rogers and he had hoped for more.
The amount of drugs that I was particularly looking for this evening weren't there, and her partner wasn't there either, which is a bit unlucky. I think all in all, a nice positive result again.
Coming up, the drug squad crash a birthday party.
My birthday! You always
Happy
come on my
birthday to you. Happy birthday.
And police catch a man running round Tenby in women's underwear.
Oh, this is wonderful. I can't believe this.
It's the night shift in the seaside town of Tenby, and PC's Paul Rees and Simon Brady are having a quiet night. But all that's about to change.
Stay away from me!
A man is going berserk dressed only in ladies' underwear.
It's finished!
Stand still.
Okay.
Stand still.
Right, give me your hands. Give me your hands. Give me your hands.
Get this, people, because this is the end of the world.
Worried about the man's mental state, the officers restrain him immediately.
Right. Yeah. Hello. Well, we've done it. It's over. It's finished.
Okay, Bob.
Right, what's the problem?
Come with us.
No problem. Right.
The man appears to have a messiah complex. It's time to get him off the streets.
They've arrested God. It's over. Everybody else is the most amazing.
Okay, we need a van, child, not a car.
We are one. Oh, this is the most
Keep it noise down now.
fucking wonderful thing in the world.
Yeah.
At first, he appears to be harmless, but then he starts abusing passers-by.
Right. How's it feel? Come over here. You're beautiful. Hey,
Shut up. Hey, let's tell you now, Charles. Pack it in, all right? Okay? You can just phone to the camera. Pack it in. People around who don't want to hear you spouting off.
I am a free fucking man!
Hey! No, you don't.
They have to wait for a custody van to arrive. Unfortunately, this means they have to spend longer listening to him.
Nietzsche! Heraclitus! Henry Miller! Hey, the Beatles, John Lennon. Oh, can you come over? Can you wake up?
Eventually, the van arrives to take him away.
Thank you. This is well put.
Yeah.
The two with the yellow jacket. Right, step up. Into the back. Sit down. Go on. Sit down. Watch your foot.
Now the officers have the difficult task of trying to find out what's wrong with the man.
Yeah, we've arrested this chap under Section 136 of the Mental Health Act in Tenby. So we'll see what he's like now when we take him out of the van.
Over in Milford Haven, and PC Paddy Dwayne is still on duty. His task now is to aid in executing a warrant searching for illegal drugs.
I went to an address there where the warrant has been issued for. And it's a known person to Milford Haven officers. And she is a known user of drugs.
It's not the first time they've knocked on this door. Last time, cannabis and heroin were found.
Hi mate, how are you doing? You alright?
Yeah.
No warrants, mate?
Just me, Tina and the kids.
Just Tina and the kids, where are they?
They're up in...
They are let in without resistance.
Tina!
It's my birthday! You always
Happy
come on my
birthday to you. Happy birthday.
It's not funny anymore.
It's a warrant, okay?
Yeah.
Paddy and the team have gate-crashed a birthday party.
You misuse of drugs warrant downstairs. And how old are you today?
16 tomorrow. Can I go
Happy
put my teeth
birthday
in?
for tomorrow. Go on then. Keep that talking there now.
Niceties out of the way, the officers get on with searching the house from top to bottom.
I'm just finishing off the search of the house now. She's a bit upset that we've executed the warrant on her house. The premises has been done before, and obviously it's been positive before.
Possession of Class B drugs is still a criminal offence, and the Welsh police take it extremely seriously. If they do find anything, the birthday party will definitely be over.
Hope you get it.
Back at the station, PC's Brady and Rees escort the man in bloomers into custody.
Oh, Jed.
Hello, good evening. Oh, good. Oh, Kerry, I love you. Can't wait to be
He's still on another planet.
I am not a number. I am a free man.
So as we're on the... We've been dealing with an incident in Tenby town. As we turned around the corner, our attention was immediately drawn to somebody standing in the middle of the road. And as we drew closer to him, you could see that he was wearing women's long johns. Stag and hen parties tend to frequent Tenby during the summer months. So it's not unusual to see people in various states of undress on the streets of Tenby
full name then?
God, G-O-D, it's easy to spell. It's dog backwards.
Make it a lot easier for me, won't it?
Yes, no problem there.
Okay, where do you live now then, at the moment? You live in Utility? Okay, excellent. So is there anyone there I can contact? Anyone at all you need to contact in to let them know that you're here?
But it's about to become clear why he's behaving like a lunatic.
Taking any drugs or anything tonight?
Yes, I have, yes. I had a very fucking large quantity of magic mushrooms I got from my friend out there. He catapulted me into the most terrifying, fucking awesome experience you could ever fucking
Magic mushrooms grow wild in the Welsh hills, and many people assume that their use is not a serious crime. However, they've recently been reclassified as a Class A drug, and this young man has just landed himself in big trouble. Right now, though, he's got bigger things on his mind.
And then I realised I was going to take Temby down, and then I realised it was going to be the whole fucking universe. I thought, fuck me, I've taken the whole...
Back at the drugs raid in Milford Haven, and PC Paddy Dwayne and his team have made a breakthrough.
We've searched all downstairs, all upstairs. It is a positive warrant. Cannabis has been found in the premises. They've also found weighing and cutting equipment in the house as well.
Even personal use of cannabis is still an offence, and Welsh police operate a zero-tolerance policy.
I think the officer's just chatting to the lady now. There's one male currently being arrested, so the gentleman will be leaving now shortly and taken up to Half West custody where he'll be interviewed. So all in all, it's been a good result, really.
Back at the station, PC Paddy Dwayne prepares to take in the suspect to be charged with possession.
This is the drugs that were seized in the house. As you can see, there's a lump of cannabis resin, as we call it. It's also cannabis leaf and a cannabis joint in the bag. This, the gentleman has said, is his. Fair lump there. He's in custody there now, being processed, and he'll be interviewed then. And the rest is down to Crown Prosecution Service, what they do with him.
Back in Tenby, and this young tripper has just landed himself in a whole heap of trouble. He's admitted to taking a Class A drug, and that's all the officers need to exercise powers to search his house.
On your knees for a minute. We find out he ingested a large amount of magic mushrooms and indeed was suffering from the effects of these at the time when he was arrested. On your front a minute, right? Oh, come on, straight down. It took nearly 12 to 13 hours for him to come down from the effects of these mushrooms. Right down. Get your head down now, all right? Sorry? Get your head down, go to sleep.
Once the man had stopped hallucinating and stopped threatening to take down Tenby, his house was searched, more mushrooms were found, and he was charged with possession of a controlled substance.
Certainly not an everyday occurrence in Tenby, but certainly one we'll remember for a while.
Coming up on Britcop's Frontline Crime, the police action series exclusive to Bravo. In West Wales, there's raids, violent arrests and high-speed chases. Devon and Cornwall specialist units take on vice.
How much is she charging you?
And the cruel sea. And in London, the Met tackle armed criminals.
You never know what's behind the door.
And drug dealers.
I'll spit in your face.
Bravo's cameras capture all the action as these cops catch the criminals. This time on Sky Cops, a call for help.
Engine unknown, receiving into Lima.
Engine unknown. A police helicopter is needed in North London to help find a young offender who's absconded.
120.
Thank you. Good evening, Aldrich, Cab 11725, the West End of Plainfield, to search for the suspect you're after.
Here.
He's been on the run for over 3 hours, and the police on the ground think he's in this park. It's too dark to be sure.
Can you hear him at all, or is it? You believe him? Is he good? Do you think he's gone to ground or something, or is he actually riding about?
We don't know where the bike is at the moment, but there are a group of people in the middle of the park. We're hoping he's in amongst them.
Just got the camera on it in case he decides to go for it. That's it. That's where you are. Good.
But there's no hiding place from the helicopter's heat-seeking camera.
Once we're overhead, we get a much better view, especially when it's night time. We've got our thermal cameras.
Cameras which can keep tabs on suspects wherever they may hide.
He's barking. Good.
Yeah, go for it. He's going left, left, left.
And track desperate drivers who'll stop at nothing to get away.
Good drive.
Lay board, he's going left, left, left.
They're happy for us to go in there.
Crafty criminals who even use jet planes as getaway cover. And fugitives who believe that they're invisible.
Oh, what's that?
Yeah, we're on the target. Sorry, subject.
Above a park in northwest London, the crew of India 99 are still watching the group of youths, amongst whom they think the young offender is hiding.
Just get the camera on it in case he decides to go for it. That's it. That's where you are. Good.
PC Dalton's on the camera, and the plan is to get the cops in the park to walk towards the people on the swings.
Swing, so we're just having a look out. Can't see motorcycle or anything at this stage.
MP 99 from PS98. We're going to walk in towards the group that are on the swings.
Yeah, that's received. We'll keep an eye on them.
Just confirm for me it is lost.
It doesn't take long.
At that point, a combination of the ground officers and us hovering overhead has made the suspect realise that we were looking for him.
Yeah, one's running.
Let's go with him.
One of the group just took off like a bat out of hell straight across the park. For the officers on the ground, it would have been completely dark. They wouldn't have had a very good idea as to where he was going. But we followed him.
If we can, I know.
Just confirm he's still on the move.
Yeah, he's gone into an address actually. I've got an officer walking through the park towards the back of fences. Once we're overhead, we get a much better view, especially when it's night time. We've got our thermal cameras because we can obviously see each side of the house, whereas ground officers can only see the side that they're on. We're also in a better position to manage officers on the ground around the location. Yeah, the officer at the back of the fence. You're at the right place there. Caution though, I think there are a couple of dogs there.
PC Norman is now using another of the advances in technology built into this new police helicopter, an electronic moving map display.
One of the biggest pluses of the navigation system is the fact that we can point the camera in their direction and the mapping shows exactly which address they're at, whose garden they're in, what street they're in. It's a fantastic system for that.
On your left. Yeah, as you walk towards the helicopter, it's the next on your left now, left. That's it, with the car parked on the drive.
But there's a problem. The owner of the house says the fugitive isn't there.
Be advised, the occupants started spinning the line about how somebody's just ran out the address.
We didn't see anyone run out, did we?
No, I don't think so. You can go back on the replay recorder if you want, mate, but...
Yeah, from 99, I'm just going to rewind my tape and have a look for you, but we're pretty sure no one ran out.
It's rare for the Sky Cops to lose a suspect once they've been caught on camera.
And this is where the new technology on the new aircraft really came into its own.
Yeah, from India 99, we're just reviewing our tape to see whether we can see anyone come out.
Simon was able to go back to the footage that we just recorded to see whether or not somebody had actually come running out of the house at any time. And he was able to confirm that they hadn't.
His friend, he confirms that was Jordan that's run into that rear garden. Keep the house surrounded. It's his girlfriend's address, huh?
He's in there.
It transpired it was his girlfriend's house. He'd obviously thought that he could use it as a rabbit hole.
Oh, someone on the roof.
The rabbit is out of the hat. and in danger.
Just a minute. Active message on the roof of the premises.
Yeah, from India 99. The suspect is on the roof. I think there's an officer talking to him through a skylight. Yeah, it's your X-ray from India 99. He's standing on the roof.
X-ray from 19, threatening to jump. Can you get me the LAS just in case, please?
I think we're going to move away a bit in case he tries to do anything silly, and that'll allow the officers to speak to him. Over.
The X-ray is threatening to jump.
Yeah, India 99 are moving away, but we'll keep it on camera for a distance.
The situation on the ground is getting out of control. PC Dalton knows that not only is the fugitive, who's 14, taking risks on the roof, he's in danger of sparking trouble below.
As soon as he went up onto the roof, he put on a bit of a spectacle for the local residents, standing right up on top of the chimney pot. He obviously wanted to go out with a bang.
He's standing on top of a chimney stack at the moment, so it's quite precarious. In fact, I'd suggest no more units, as there are quite a lot of people there, particularly if you're going to end up negotiating with him, etc.
The suspect may well be known in the area and may well have friends and associates in the area, and we're quite keen not to encourage the drama, as it were.
In the interests of safety, PC Norman decides to take the helicopter off the scene.
As long as the suspect is secure, as he was in this case, we might then decide to leave in order that he doesn't play up to us and his friends. That's the decision that I made in this instance.
Right, I think we ought to head for home.
We left them to it. He wasn't going anywhere.
Every time the Sky Cops land, they refuel. Aircraft fuel is much cheaper than petrol, at less than 40p a litre, but the yearly bill is huge, nearly £350,000. Tonight, like many nights, the Sky Cops spend many hours doing nothing.
We keep ourselves busy, we'll get some dinner, watch a bit of TV, do some paperwork, and after about 4 or 5 hours, and it's getting late at night, then you start to feel kind of weary. So you just got to keep yourself motivated. So yeah, it can be frustrating, but you just got to find things to do. Read a book.
Today, the Sky Cops are on patrol and heading south of the river.
I'm receiving India Lima.
Oh, gift from heaven. Go for details.
Yeah, I've got a job for you. Page 221 Zulu Delta, if you've got the fuel, please. That's believed to be on the roof of the school. If you could have a little look, please.
We're heading exactly the right direction. Okay.
The crew know they're going in the right direction because they have a new camera which automatically locks on to their chosen target.
The aircraft is equipped with a camera pointing system which actually talks to the camera. What we can do is type in an address and the camera will actually, what they call a slew, it will move on its turret and it will lock onto the address that we're heading towards.
Is that the roof there, do you think? Yeah, that's it.
Meanwhile, 5 of London's Sky Cops are in Teesside to learn how to escape from a crashed helicopter.
Is up in the air, we drop the helicopter down. When it hits the surface, we're going to elbow the window out.
In charge is Sergeant John Gleeson, and with him are old hands PC Louis Ayres and PC Simon Pritchard. They're going to support 2 rookie Sky Cops, PCs Anna Bierman and Ian Miller. 4 months ago, they'd never even flown in a helicopter.
Can you give me the name of that estate, please? What I'd like you to do now, please, is put the quad on screen, pressing the big button down on the left.
Now they are swapping their new flying suits for wetsuits.
Some people are quite nervous of being dunked underwater upside down in the dark, strapped into an aircraft. I can't understand it myself.
It's not a pleasant experience. I don't think it would be for anybody to be strapped into a seat and turned upside down in water.
This is the first sort of main training that we've done. It's something that I think I'd actually pay to do, rather than this way around I was being paid to go there.
From what the sergeant says, it's a low fatality rate between the newbies, so we have to wait and see how I get on.
Tell us what you're breathing. I'll give you your PDR later.
As soon as your feet get wet,
but the newbies aren't going first. The old hands will show them how it's done.
Dunker training, or as it's properly known, the helicopter underwater escape training, is a requirement because some of the tasks and roles that we currently undertake involve flying over water for extended periods. In the unlikely but unfortunate event of the aircraft having to ditch in water, they need to have some idea of what they should do.
Yeah, then come down, hit the water, okay position, get a breath, we're rolling over in that direction.
It's time now for the rookies to go under.
It's in the back of your mind, you know, what if this harness doesn't undo? But do it right, no problems.
No holding hands. All right.
The completely 180 degrees upside down is very disorientating. Even when you know what's going to happen, we know we're going to go completely upside down.
Suddenly all this water rushing around your feet, and then seconds later you are underwater. You've still got to remember the rotor blades will still be spinning, as well as what window you're supposed to be going out of, how to get out of the window, and when you do get out, what you're supposed to be doing when you're outside.
It did take quite some force to get the windows open, and you are thinking, my goodness, I don't know how much longer I can hold my breath for. It was really hard holding your breath underwater, much more so than when you're just swimming.
And they must do it again.
Clear. Going up.
In the dark.
That hump is awful. Totally disorientated, hanging upside down, water rushing up your nose. You just want to get out.
Is it floating down if you're upside down?
Shut up.
Well, you try and smile a bit, for Christ's sake.
In South London, the crew have found their target.
Is that the roof there, do you think?
Yeah, that's it.
There's someone on it, someone on the roof. Still looks like he's ripping stuff up.
Still it does from 9-9. We've got one suspect on the roof. We're still a couple of miles off, but we've got visual.
As fate would have it, we saw these guys on the roof running along before they'd even heard us, which was a really good result. It's nice to use that kit, and occasionally you get the chance to use it in that manner, and it's really effective.
Actually, stand by. We've got 2 people, 2 on the roof, 3 people, 4 suspects all on the roof.
They were behind a bit of a low wall on the roof, and they were completely out of sight. But from our point of view, we were above them, and we could see them, so we directed ground officers to them.
What's that in his right hand?
I don't know. Okay, where are they out the window?
The people on the roof are teenagers, juveniles stealing lead.
Okay, I'm coming round, Bruce. Keep them inside as best you can.
Okay, mate, no problem at all. There you go. They're going into the open. They're running. One's running.
They've either seen or heard the helicopter.
Correction in the playground now, running.
The boys don't know it, but the Sky Cops have called in reinforcements.
In the
1, 2, 3, 4, and they're all splitting up.
Okay, start.
Plainclothes detectives from the local neck.
Okay, start.
Looks like they might be rejoining again.
There's 2 climbing over there. Are they all Bill?
Yes, they are.
We need to stand by, please. Stand by. We've got 2 unmarked officers chasing in the playground. It looks like all 4 have now been detained by these 2, but obviously if we could have some more officers with them as soon as possible.
That was an easy 4 bodies, Rick.
Feels good.
Into 99, can you see the lead that's been removed along the wall?
You know, correcting from 99, there is definite damage to a lot of the roof, or it's all been recorded.
Just up here,
doing it.
Everything that we do is recorded as a matter of course, and in some instances like that one, there wouldn't have been anything concrete to prove what was going on, but because of the power of the camera, so we had a continuity of evidence, which basically tied them to what they were doing before. There was no real way they could deny it. We had them at the location committing the act.
The lead thieves won't know they've been caught on camera until they are charged.
Hey, 4 burglars. That goes to show you that slewing the camera is a good idea. Do it early, even if you don't use it for navigation, get it on. Definitely, that's a big lesson.
In Teesside, the team are still learning lessons. How to survive once they've escaped from a ditched helicopter adrift in rough seas. For some, the lessons are more difficult than others.
No, I'm not a particularly strong swimmer, and I'll admit that openly. I don't like to get out of my depth.
And already, there's a problem.
The life jacket inflated initially as I left the aircraft. Upon hitting the water, it decided to deflate, which made it a bit more difficult for me. And we tried to blow it up manually, but with the valve gone, it just wouldn't take any air in without any aids to keep me afloat. I was in an area that I'm not particularly fond of.
That was a new experience, that part of the training, the ditching, getting out of the aircraft and then what to do, the wet drills, the wave machine, the cold rain and the low light conditions were very effective, I thought.
Quite realistic, but the waves can make you feel a little ill when you're in the life raft, bobbing up and down. And I should imagine for real life, if you're out on one for hours, you'd be sick a few times.
I didn't expect to still feel the fear and the adrenaline and the disorientation that you still feel, even though you know all the safety measures are in place. It was challenging.
It really was brilliant, and obviously there's an important reason why we go, and that has to be remembered. But at the same time, it was a lot of fun, and I don't think there's any other jobs where I'd get the chance to do that.
But for London Sky Cops, there's little time for self-satisfaction. Criminals are on the run again.
Right, yeah, I've got a job. KD sector, give the details in the air.
A
Altimeters.
0 Dembo.
Radio navigation.
Set.
Doors, harnesses.
Secure. Happy to go, guys?
I know we're going to need you soon. I think he's uncomfortable.
An escaped prisoner is in a stolen BMW in North London, minutes away from 99's base.
99 is held in a car park. Alpha 123 Junction, Creighton Garden.
Yeah, that's all received. 2 miles, yes, that's 30 seconds. Just down
He's laying low in a car park.
Yeah, the vehicle is held with its lights on.
That is Craven Gardens, just upstream from you now.
This one?
Yeah.
So it could be this car park, look.
Right, so how are we going to find this little Herbert then?
PC Bonner thinks she knows where he is.
There, that's a BM.
Could be anywhere.
Window open.
99, it's a meet with a dark coloured Ford Focus.
Zoom in for us, Ben. That's a Focus, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, we can confirm we've got that on camera now.
It looks like there's some kind of deal going on with another car, but the driver of the BMW has decided something's wrong.
Stand by, seatbelts going on in the BM. The lights are on and they're moving. Yeah, it's an off on. It looks like it's actually going to be a right for the Beamer.
This is not a surprise to the police. The driver has escaped from jail and has a string of convictions for burglary, car crime and drugs.
Southbound towards Ilford.
99, the intention will be to follow this vehicle until he parks up and we will deal with him on foot.
Yeah, that's received.
It's the Sky Cop's job to keep tabs.
Right, looks like he's going to be parking up.
Down an alleyway.
They don't want this to turn into a chase that risks lives.
Yeah, he's there again, Vigil. Well, we've got to try and stay on him now, wherever it goes to.
The idea is to block the BMW with patrol cars, but they've got to be careful.
Is that police?
If that's you coming in, it's them on the right-hand side. That's it. It's reversing now. Other units, it looks like it's going in now. Stand by, it's going to be an off-off. Vehicle's going to fail to stop.
It's not going according to plan.
Yeah, the vehicle is off, back towards Headley Drive.
Now the Sky Cops must take control.
Commentary and control with you, 99.
Yeah, that's received.
And PC Bonner must show that her line check pass was no fluke.
My job when I'm on the camera is I want to keep that vehicle on the screen and I want to make sure that I get them.
Right, just confirm this vehicle's about to go across the zebra crossing now.
You become so engrossed in what you're doing and all you want to do is catch them, and then you've got to work as a team, so the three of you are there helping one another. It's full on, you're giving 110% all the time.
Traffic units equipped with video are also after the BMW, and it's now clear that this is going to be a serious pursuit.
Near side lane, he's blocked by traffic, stand by.
And a dangerous one.
Yeah, he's on the Eastern Avenue now, heading southbound. Lane 1, he's going left.
The escaped prisoner has made a mistake.
Stand by, Springfield Drive.
A dead end for him.
He's blocked.
Oh, get him, please.
But he's not giving up yet.
He's hit the concrete barriers and got wedged in there. At that point, I've sort of gone down the side of the car. I've smashed the driver's window and then decided to spray the subject with air spray.
Yeah, it looks like a stop's gone in. Can I have units to assist, please?
It was a tactical option that I had. He was still trying to get away whilst I smashed the window, but as soon as I'd sprayed him, he's gave up.
The CS spray has done the trick.
The subject has been detained.
Excellent, well done. We'll be leaving 99 out.
It's great, it's a great buzz. It's brilliant. When you catch someone, or when the officers on the ground catch someone, and you've been part of it and you've helped them, you come back and you just think, oh great, what a great job.
India 99 is based at Lippets Hill on the edge of Epping Forest to the east of London. Captain Sutton is now the duty pilot.
The aircraft's just come back from engineering. It's been inspected and I'm just preparing for the first flight and making sure the aircraft's fully prepared for service, which it is. So we're going to go airborne.
State switch. He's on. Controls are unlocked. Landing lights on. Secure. Clear to right. Rear, we're ready to go. Where are we going, by the way? We're going towards Heathrow. Do a security check there first.
Captain Sutton is unique. The only Met helicopter pilot to have also flown commercial jets out of London Heathrow.
Well, we've got a very good working relationship with air traffic control. We have a job to do, they have a job to do. We have to maintain a good awareness of our surroundings.
India 99 ahead.
Just to let you know, we're on your frequency, currently security checks, north side.
Today, the Sky Cops are looking for terrorist threats.
Now, in the lay-by, left-hand side, vehicle with a break in the roof. Down a bit, fire, just there. Is that a fast food? The mobile catering, yeah, fine.
They also have time for a bit of plane spotting.
There he is, yeah. I think I'll beat them, haven't they?
Oh yes.
It never felt so amazing flying over Heathrow. How lucky we are. I'm a bit of an aircraft enthusiast. It's quite interesting watching the landings.
Look at that touchdown. Incredible, isn't it?
But pilot Sutton believes the jet hasn't been landed by human hand.
Well, that was an auto land. It's touchdown on the spot.
AT3 tower, continue approach runway 27 right, windows 230.
But the plane spotting will have to wait. The Sky Cops are needed elsewhere.
5074. I've got a job for you, Romeo Yankees ground, page 166.
A few miles away, the second helicopter is 1,000 feet above a stolen red Volkswagen, being pursued by traffic officers.
I've now got a vehicle chase.
Okay, let's go. 145.
MP, we've got a left into Clayton Road.
India 99 on way.
The chase is fast and furious, and the Sky Cops are needed.
Yeah, straight from Midlands, yes, wrong side of the road.
India 99 and PC Banning are less than a minute away.
Have you got an ETA?
Yeah, we're literally 30 seconds from this.
Can you confirm this is a red VW Golf? Yeah, red VW Golf.
Manning the maps is PC Pritchard, a Sky Cop for 7 years.
Right, this main road going north-south, go south.
Stand by there, it's under me.
Let's get this you go, camera. Okay.
PC Banning's job is to spot the stolen car and get it on camera.
It's gone left.
Yeah, the area car is behind us.
Where the bus is, right. Yeah, got it.
Gone through the car park, it's over the grass now, 90 right.
Okay, we'll happy.
The driver of the VW is known to police. He's got convictions for assault and burglary and is wanted for death by dangerous driving.
Normally, vehicle chases are on roads, and this car all of a sudden decided to do some cross-country along some footpaths, which was a bit of a shock for the first time for me to see that.
Pedestrian. Okay, one decam. All units wait, 99 active, that's a decam, but it's a block of flats off of Turling Road.
The man running into the block of flats is a passenger. He's managed to outsmart the cop who was after him.
You're on screen now.
Grey outfit, running towards you.
He just ran straight for this block of flats with a PC quite close behind him, but managed to get into the flats and in the communal door, which closed behind him, and the PC was stuck outside.
But the Sky Cops have not forgotten the driver of the stolen car, and PC Pritchard has him in his sights.
Yeah, carrier, stop. Grey outfit, running towards you, grey outfit.
Yeah, come down screen. There he is. Zoom in there.
Okay, officer on the glass, grey outfit coming towards you. That's it, that is the driver. Right, that's the driver, let's go back to that one.
But arresting the passenger won't be easy. The door is locked and no one seems to have a key.
Yes, that was 99 from Kilo Zero. If you can just keep an eye on the flats where they've apparently run into.
Officers on the ground are still locked out of the block of flats.
Well, he ran into these flats.
Yeah, just here.
Even if they get in, the runaway could be in any one of more than 50 flats. It's not looking good.
Further investigation will hopefully get them detained, but that can be a long old process once they've locked themselves away in a block of flats.
Anyone that gets away, it is upsetting and annoying, but they will always come again.
For the police on the ground, the loss of the passenger just got a whole lot worse. One of their patrol cars has blown a gasket.
One of the police vehicles has his bonnet up for some reason. German car, something like that.
Yeah, smoking.
Back at base, a helicopter is being got ready in case it's needed. And a fuel check is done by the engineer.
You're checking for sediment, you're checking for visible water. If there's any water there, the little yellow capsule turn blue. That's a good sample. I'll now date that. It's identified to the particular aircraft. And if anything should happen, God forbid, accident investigation branch can come back, check this sample of the day and say, well, the fuel was good. So we can pretty much discount that the fuel was cause of any incident.
There's no chance to rest. Another call is coming in.
894.
Right. Yeah, we got that. Nice to get moving again. Thank you. Thank you. 200.
The dog squad have also been asked to help, and time is of the essence. The Sky Cops would like to get there first.
India 99, receiving in Jalima. Yeah, it's described as an IC1 male, short dark hair, wearing a black t-shirt with a coloured motif on it, and dark jeans.
Ground cops who have chased the bail jumper believe he's hiding in these back gardens.
65's received at the gardens to the western side you want searching.
It says to the rear and to the side, although we've had information it's gone over the back.
Even though it's broad daylight, the crew of 99 will use the chopper's thermal imaging camera to search for hotspots.
That's received, and we'll start a search at that point.
It's not only human beings who produce thermal images, compost heaps and barbecues do too.
Oh, what's that? What's that?
The crew have got something hot, and it could be their suspect, even though it's completely hidden by the fence.
This particular thermal mark came out really easy. As soon as we came over the top, it was one of the first things we saw. It was very intense.
It doesn't look like a person, but there's something behind that fence.
When somebody hides, your body's generating heat. If you're in contact with another object, that heat is transferred. It's like sitting on a chair, you tend to warm that chair up.
With no other hotspots in the vicinity, PC Tartaglia is sure the heat source he's spotted is the most likely place. And the first dog's now on the scene with a bit of encouragement from Tartaglia, who used to be a dog handler.
They're part of the team, and you're just going, get in there, go on dog, find it's to your left, and you try and talk them in a little bit.
Down the street. Yeah. So we just had a heat source behind that shed. We're going to ask you to check whether your dog's in there.
The dog has his man.
Yeah, the one that came on the train,
But this bail jumper's not afraid of police dogs. He doesn't realise their bite is worse than their bark.
He did put up a little bit of resistance when the dog found him, and as a result of that was restrained by the two dog handlers. I think the dog helped a little bit as well, and he was put in cuffs.
He's cuffed, detained, just about to be placed in the van.
But the dogs are invaluable, and we always try and work in tandem with them, because if they don't get them, we do, and if we don't, they normally do. So.
Many thanks. Good work, all units. Good work, Remy Yankee.
Back at base, the night shift are now on duty, and the first call is serious. Firearms.
Good roundhouse, that's all looking nice. Nobody good. Roger. 127, yeah. It's all the way across behind the edge of.
A burglar, said to be armed with a gun, has broken into a house in East London.
Happening the 299
in Dilema. Okay, Steve. Armed suspect in garden. The suspect with a handgun. Yeah, that's all received. On way. You ready to copy? Yeah, go.
The man has escaped into gardens near the scene of the break-in. Armed officers are on the ground, and they need the Skycops thermal imaging camera. Fast.
I want to know, basically, if there is anyone in these gardens. If you can be as far away as possible, though.
Got a block of flats, forward and right from the block of flats.
So, there was something caught my eye there.
Yeah, that's what I thought. It's a cat.
Cat.
Yeah, that's exactly what I was just trying to look at. An armed pussycat, lots of cranes down there.
The Sky Cops are as helpless as the ground cops. They don't know who they are looking for. All they can do is try and find someone who looks like a burglar.
The whole bill. There.
Oh, hello.
There you go. Contact. That's him.
Just want to make sure we got the right.
I reckon.
1, 2. That's actually number 10 then.
It clearly became a job where we had to consider the worst possible scenario, and that the suspect was armed. That changed from a search to a command and control situation, one involving the firearms officers.
Okay, from India 99, we've got a male in the rear garden of number 10. I think we're going to have to treat this as a potential. Yeah, the treasure unit is here. Thank you.
It's probably going to be an armed stop when they come to it, so.
The man in the garden may not be armed at all, or even a burglar, but the armed police and the Sky Cops can't take any chances.
Okay, I'm visual with you. You're closing in towards the rear. Stop where you are. Stop. Face the wall. This guy's literally on the other side of the wall to you, under a covered shed.
Yeah, that's good. Behind that vehicle. Yeah. Good cover.
No change. Still motionless.
He looked like he was slumped back in a chair, but people fake things, people pretend to be doing things that they're not. It's something we see all the time, and you just have to presume that the worst could happen. The moment you relax and put your guard down, that's going to be the time when it goes wrong.
Got those kids to the right as well.
Yeah, got 4.
The armed officers can't see a thing. Fences block their view of the reclining man, so they don't know if he has a gun or not. And they have no idea that children are in a garden just a few metres away.
It's from Indian Island, about 3 houses down. Probably you got about 4 or 5 kids in the back garden playing. You might need to knock on the door just to bring those in for a while.
2 or 3 gardens away from this suspect, there were kids in the garden, so the kids were brought inside. That means they don't need to be in the firing line, so we help our colleagues on the ground by reducing risk.
Second Trojan arriving on scene, a right-hand turn with a left-hand turn coming in. That's Trojan, is it?
That's Trojan.
And in the other garden as well. They're all there. Okay, so he's now got 3 officers around him.
Yeah.
Yeah, it looks like he wants
This
to go over.
is the critical point. The moment when everyone involved must stay focused, especially the Sky Cops.
Confirm you've got visual.
Yes, we've got visual.
How do they kind of approach him, that's the thing.
It's hard, isn't it? Yeah, go for it.
Oh, I see.
They've got him.
Is it? He must have struggled somewhat.
I've got 1 suspect detained.
In that case, Trojan from Indian Island, are you happy to release us?
Yes, from Trojan 213 you release it, thanks.
No trouble at all, 9 out. It was a textbook stop for them, yeah. He must have been very surprised.
Good result.
Fortunately, the reclining man wasn't armed or dangerous.
India Lima, Indian Island.
At 99's base, life goes on, and the night shift is on with Cara Bond in the control tower.
We can see things through more on nights because if there's a vehicle pursuit, the roads aren't as busy, it's not called off quite so quickly because there's not so much of a danger. We tend to have a lot more suspects on, obviously it's quieter time of night, so we'll probably get more bodies overnight than we do during the day.
Bodies is police jargon for arrested suspects. And more bodies could be heading their way. Teenagers stealing motorbike parts in West London.
Just to impact a foot chase. Suspect's gone into the field.
See that little conurbation of white lights?
Yeah.
They're going to be left of that, slightly away from it.
Officers on the ground have already made 1 arrest, but 2 suspects are still at large.
Julie, on the CAD, is it 2 suspects outstanding in the undergrowth? Is it they arrested 1 and 2 outstanding?
Yeah, that's correct.
And there's a problem, a big one. The outstanding suspects have gone to ground near London's Heathrow Airport at the end of the runway.
Exact reference being 119731.
Wheatley Road. That's going to be right under the takeoff, isn't it?
Captain Sweeting and his Sky Cops know they might have to give this one a miss. At Heathrow, a plane lands or takes off every 70 seconds.
Just there.
So that's just south of the takeoff, yeah? South of the takeoff, yeah. About a mile south of the line. Depends what...
Captain Sweeting needs help from the air traffic controllers.
I'm not convinced you can get in there.
We're just finding out with ATC, mate.
Generally speaking, air traffic can tell the urgency of their job with your voice, your mannerisms when you come over the radio. The snappier you are, the sharper you are on the radio. They understand then that you need to get in, and they'll start, their ears will prick up and they'll go, right, we need to get this guy in there.
You received 9020 for 9 seats, we're about to get assigned to take off, isn't it?
Heathrow is a difficult area. It's a very, very busy airport, and we work very closely with air traffic control. A lot of the time it may be that we've got to go low level, and we'll actually be working underneath incoming airliners. But it can be quite frustrating when you're trying to do a job.
10241 of the 18.
They're happy for us to go in there.
Controllers might be happy, but Captain Sweeting isn't.
Next to if I called up.
Look at these fuckers here.
I know.
Don't want to be them, would you? Tango X-ray officers, India 99, we've got you visual. We're happy with the search area, we'll start searching now. Over.
Police officers on the ground can't see a thing. But for the crew of India 99, body heat stands out on their thermal imaging camera as a bright light.
Keep on searching.
There's a couple of foxes.
Yeah.
They ain't going to be anywhere near there. There's another fox.
Oh, we like the cold weather.
There, yeah.
Wildlife does tend to throw you occasionally. A few times I can recall talking units into a heat source which looks like somebody curled up on the floor, and as they get close the fox jumps up and scurries away.
The Sky Cops are running out of time. Too many aircraft waiting to land.
Okay.
Right, let's have another shriek then.
More foxes. No fugitives.
There's your other one.
The open areas we can clear within seconds. He's then starting to work through all the hedgerows and the undergrowth. And we can see plenty of foxes. And then finally we come across a larger heat source.
Oh, there he is then.
Hey?
There he is.
Oh, what am I? Go on.
At last, a fugitive. Definitely not a fox. But this two-wheel terror is cunning.
Tango X-ray officers on the footpaths, two of you together. I think you might have a colleague there as well.
Yeah.
Go left along the pathway at the junction.
We can see everything quite clearly. We always have to appreciate that the officers on the ground are acting in almost pitch black darkness, and we're not always aware of what they've got to walk across or get past to get from where they are to the suspects.
Just got to keep coming, about 5 more steps in front of you. 3, 2, 1, stop, and he's on your right hand side now.
One direct.
They were hidden in bushes, and so it's quite difficult to see them. Sometimes they'll bury themselves under undergrowth or leaves, so it makes it difficult for the ground troops, but they have a lot of faith in us that we can actually see better than they can in the dark.
One direct.
Thank you.
Hey. I got it back.
MP November 0.
Who is it?
Good spot, boy.
Hey.
There's one more outstanding.
The final fugitive may be lucky.
Yeah, there's one more outstanding.
If the Sky Cops don't spot him soon, they'll have to head
Have
home.
they given any hints where the other one might be? Are we looking?
All 3 decamped into the field. I think the third one's somewhere in the undergrowth somewhere as well, but I'm not exactly sure where.
That's all I say. We'll keep on searching.
The time frame trying to get into Heathrow airspace, you sort of think, well, they're probably long gone. But they decided that the dark field was a good hiding spot, and the officers on the ground weren't going to find them.
There's your other one.
Okay, there's officers walking up the pathway now on your left-hand side. I don't know what the undergrowth's like, but you've got a suspect right up against the fence lines of the back gardens. If you can see a way across.
He's up.
He's up, marking. And he's down. Yeah, Tango X-ray, that is suspect number 3 detained. You've got 2 officers with him.
Hey.
Sort of backing up to Mull.
We made our way quickly out of the way so air traffic could resume normal operations coming into the airport. Good result, we got all 3 suspects, so yeah, we were very pleased with that one.
It's that victory roll, I think, Captain.
Then we can get out of Heathrow as well. Good stuff, boys. Yeah, nice one. Nice one. Brilliant.
Active message on the roof of the premises.
Yeah, from India 99, the suspect is on the roof.
The youth on the roof came down after nearly 2 hours and was sent back to custody. The 4 boys stealing lead from the roof received juvenile reprimands. The escaped prisoner who stole the BMW was sent back to prison for a further 3 years. The man in the red VW, wanted for causing death by dangerous driving, failed to appear in court and is still at large. 2 of the 3 teenagers who tried to use the Heathrow flight path as cover were found guilty. The 3rd teenager didn't turn up at court, and the charges have been dropped.